Smile.
Good evening, one and all. It is Sunday, it's the end of the week. It is time for us to be jumping in to some more good old Warframe. And what a way to start off a stream than to say thank you very much, Miralabe, for resubscribing up on 16 months and oh my word. And then also Miralabe with a little bit more than the number 16 right there. Oh my word. Is that a lot of gifted subs? Thank you very much for that. Going out to the community. Christ. So that's gone out to Punished Cake, to Freakstar, to Alamir 1008, to First Templar, to Cephalon Pathicist, to Shockwave Prime 1871, to Dollar BR, to Lying 77, to Swanky Mongoose, to Svana Fall, to Takuja, to L Smart TV, to Action Movie for real, to Leslie the Dragon, to Raver, to Bartos, I think, to Raziel, to Bright 533, to Bronze Loser, to Sal Paul, to Darth Fuzzle, to Kevin D Gate, to Salvatore Dacreta, to Under Average 08, and to Maverico Miralabe. Thank you very much. That is an absolutely huge start to the stream right there. Cheers indeed. Miralabe, you've single-handedly put us through the entirety of a level 5 hype train and halfway through a level 6. I didn't know that was possible. I genuinely did not know that was possible. It also tells me a bit about what it takes to get to there, I suppose. It is 26 subs gets us halfway through level 6. Duly noted. And Salvatore with the hydrate to top it off as well. Thank you very much on that. Well, that is an amazing start. I do declare that is an absolutely amazing start. Thank you very much on that. Right, not to get too overwhelmingly distracted, and certainly it is 26 people who have no more ads to suffer here on the stream, at least for this month. I think it's about time that we get on with a lot of Lavosing. The Lavos video is the next one to do out. I might be able to get it done tomorrow. I'll be honest, I'm not certain on that because there are a lot of moving parts. It is not shaping up to be a short video. In fact, let me have a look. What is the current estimated length of this? 28 or 29 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark is what we're looking at. So that's not a short one. By the way, which archgun do I find the most practical on Lavos' hand? Is it Morzelon? I mean, Morzelon is a good fit because Morzelon is just strong. So Morzelon is indeed a good fit.
Almost a whole year, let's go.
It doesn't really need anything in particular to go with Lavos on that side. Yum, it is indeed almost a year. Thank you very much for the 11 months of support there. This is the last month you're going to have that shiny golden mug. After that, you're doing away with the mugs entirely. Cheers, Yum. Cheers indeed. Hello there, Nitro. Welcome in. Yeah, this is a pretty substantial hype train, so if anyone was missing out on any hyper modes or just wanted to get in on the train, this is literally the time to do it. As Twitch likes to announce and re-announce constantly, 1 sub for yourself or someone else, or 100 bits, and that just puts you onto it as well. So just an FYI on that one. Otherwise it will go on to cooldown for a few hours. I know, you'll guess you have to stop subbing. Oh, but that's the thing, Yum. If you stop subbing, you also lose the mug. These things are limited. You don't get to dwell on it forever. Time and tide wait for no man. And that includes yourself there, Yum. There's no winning. Oh, I think reaching a full pot is absolutely winning, Yum. I think a full pot is absolutely winning. It is simply an opportunity for you to appreciate the end of an era, the era of mug for you. That'll be going away. But not just yet. You've got a whole month left of it. Absolutely. Right then, so you can at least ask for purple lights. True, you can ask for purple lights. There we are, they should be on purple now. Right, so with Lavos, I have been doing a bit of fiddling. I have got myself 6 full builds set up for him, although I think the main one is currently broken because I was doing some testing around it. Let me check that. No, it's not broken. Oh, that's convenient. Alright, so I shouldn't have any broken builds at the moment. That is good. I do have 6 full builds, and the upcoming video, which will be coming out early part of next week, will include not just the walkthrough on these 6 builds. It'll be the walkthrough as to alternative stylings as to how to set up his defenses, the general mods that go into that, the different options and why you would pick between them. I've got the walkthrough as to all the abilities, got the walkthrough as to acquisition, even got a walkthrough when it comes to my particular fashion, because I know some people want to know about that. Some people want to know what the colours are, what the pieces are, how it all comes together. So the guide is going to be all of it. Every bit of detail worth including, worth mentioning. Obviously not going through every single helmet ability, but everything of particular note is indeed going to be there. Which is why it's taken a while to get together. That's why it's taken a while to get together. But to get it all started, let's see. I've said I'm going to take him all around the world, as it were, and you know what? Why not get started? Why not get started with one area Lavos in particular is very cozy for? I'm going to head on down to Fortuna. Solo mode, of course. I have a particular plan. It's going to take some weapon restructuring, but I'll be good for that in just a moment. Actually, it shouldn't need too much in the way of weapon restructuring. I think I just want to switch the Epitaph. What do I switch it for? Yeah, I think Layton should be fine. If it's not, I'll find out the hard way. But that should be fine. So that is running a rad gas. That's got heat corrosive. That, of course, has just a load of electric. Yeah, that'll do fine for us. That'll do fine. Let's equip this up with something as well. Lavos Prime. Can't go wrong with that. What modding setup am I currently using on the worm? Can't help but notice that does not have Contagious Bond on there. Let's fix that. There we go. There we are. We don't need the extra fiber for the companion. They'll do fine without it. But this should be good enough for us. Okay. And yeah, I probably don't need to make any changes here. Nope, that all looks good as well. Verify heavy weapon, just in case. Utilize it. There it is. Heavy weapon currently sets up like that. That doesn't seem right. That was definitely not right. There we go. Glad I checked that one. What the hell? Much better. Alright. Actually. Go back in. That's better. There we go. Okay. Why have I turned around? Let's head our way over here. Sneak off down the side. Head into the back rooms.
Sparky, right.
Because I'm going to start with Profit Taker. Because I can. Lavos isn't the GOAT of Profit Taker. You're not going to be winning any awards for trying to speedrun with Lavos. And I don't intend to try and speedrun because I am terrible at speedruns. I just want to do this because Lavos can. Is there no way to get the old lighting for Fortuna? Not with your existing account, you need a new one. Simple as that. Ain't no going back, some things have consequences. Like the consequence of having these tiles.
Leg it. Once that mother hits
Yeah.
the overcharge radius, we're done for. No second chances. There she is.
There she is. Hello, I am here to cause damage, and plenty of it. Would you be okay with that? Do you have a headshot? I don't see a headshot on you. And you're already dead. Let's not have slash. Thank you. That should do some work. Or not, apparently. There we go. Thanks for the headshots. There we go. Pop out cold. There we go. Over to viral. Now onto the legs.
Focus your upwing weapons on the orb. Compromise the exoskeleton of the legs, and then work your way to the torso.
This may not be ideal for it, but it gets the work done. I can't tell if I got that leg or not. No, I did not finish getting that leg. There we go. Nope, out of bullets. There we are.
Heads up, Sparky.
Now we have the deploys of pylons.
Duds? No. Look, they're sinking with you.
1,
Shields going
2,
back up. Outwelder, deal with those pylons.
3,
Shields awaiting.
4.
Whatever you're doing, it's working.
And then back into this. Take out the legs again. 1. Get 'em on. 2. 3. 4. Hit her in the face for a bit. We switch back to normal gun rate. I was meant to switch operator there, but thank you. Impact, not a fan. Electric. Gas. Blast. That's not blast. That's blast. Radiation.
Heads up. Bombardment inbound. This
Onto the legs again.
adaptation system.
I think I got that leg. It sounded like I got the leg. That's that leg down. And... face time? Yep. Now for another round of pylons. Again, I've not brought anything special to deal with them, so I'm just dealing with them as I can. Okay, knocked out of Arcwing. That happens. Reload, please. There we go. Oh, we got another shield phase. I thought it was leg phase there, but evidently not. Toxin.
Is this a bad time?
Steve, what is it?
Gonna need to get some more charge.
Satellite just
You,
moved.
you,
Next
you.
crew figured out
That'll
the
do.
bypass. It's realigning.
There we go. Oop, that went straight through to cold. Love it.
Out of time. You have
Viral.
to kill her now. We won't get another
Heat.
chance.
We're onto the legs again. I noticed that. Two legs down. Hello, Cosmo. 3 legs down. Don't lose the neck, I bet can.
I've only got a few mortars left. Firing them all.
Everything at the face.
Suppressing fire.
Got it. Lavos can do Profit Taker. It's not the fastest. Didn't claim it would be. But it was successful. And take out everything nearby for good measure.
Is it?
There we are.
We did it. We did it.
Oh, I'm stuck holding backwards for some reason.
Rip out anything you think might help our cause.
I'm not holding the keyboard right now. Why am I going backwards? That's weird.
Biz, what's that sound?
The satellite, it's...
Oh yeah, a few minutes to pop that. What's the policy on story spoilers? If the story spoilers are for the Hex, I'd rather you keep it to a relative minimum. Otherwise, we're fine. Story spoilers from most recent story updates are the ones we'd like to avoid at all. But there we go. Not a terrible run. It's not a speed run, as I say earlier, but it's not a terrible run to say that is done entirely with Lavos, just screwing around. The auto war bug so much is frustrating. Yeah, I don't know where this one came from, but it does pop up quite often. Not at all, Guillaume. You're not the only person at all. Alrighty, so that's Lavos handling that boss fight like it's nothing. Where to next? Where to take this guy to next? You know what? Let's try something very different with him. Let's try something very different. In fact, first things first, let me verify what setups we're using. Yes, because of the way that works. Makes sense. Grab you. Where is it? I was using the side on. There we are. That should be good. Yep, running Naramon, that'll be good as well. Grab this, swap to evade. Currently got Venom's formation on that. Gonna take that out. Just for now, gonna take that out. And let's see. Apparently I can fit that, so. I don't think I need the strength though. No, that's the whole point, it's not there, I don't need strength. What do I want to put on instead? Let's see. I could do that. Take my efficiency up a little bit higher. Yeah, let's do that one right now. Let's do that one. Okay. All of that should be fine, so let's do that. Eidolon hunt? Is it even nighttime? It's never nighttime when I look. Okay, it's day and 15 minutes. It's cutting it a bit close, don't you think? That is cutting it a bit close. But if I don't do it now, when's it going to be back? That'll be... 45? No, that'll be plenty of time on the other end. We'll leave that. Alright then. And let's do... Let's do Lure, because it's going to be more difficult. Nullifiers are a threat, so let's do that. Here we go.
Operator, incoming transmission. It's from 14.
I did set myself to Steel Path, didn't I? Is there a way to tell if I'm on Steel Path at the moment without seeing an enemy level?
Something happens to the conduit before you can pull the goods. You don't get the goods. Ever. Also, the bleeders Alad sold the tech to will try to kill you.
I just don't recall hearing a Teshin. Oh, yep, no, we're good. There we are. Yep. So that's exactly the terrifying thing I wish to evade. Damn, those things fell apart really quickly. I have barely any combo from them. Steel Path. Ah yes, kindly give me some more combo than that. I'm just going to take a moment to build combo. Also, apparently I'm somehow scoring headshots with this. I mean, I'm not going to complain. That keeps the evade up. Alright, 8 times combo, getting there. Yo!
Hi Ken, you doing well today?
I am indeed doing well today, thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well as well yourself there, Vikil. Thank you very much for resubscribing up onto 12 months. You got that lovely full pot. Oh man. We have a few people who are close to, well, actually reaching full pot today, it seems. Very, very nice. Alright, 11 times combo. That's enough to get started on this. Let's start bringing keys in.
Key. Right. Find a matching conduit.
Vade is getting a little bit low, and that key is actually to a different room, so I'm going to leave the keys here. Oops.
That there's a conduit. Use this
Come on.
the key. Start turning out pockets.
There we are. Get a little bit more time on Evade. We got a purple key. That one can be used here, so it's good. Get it plugged in, get everything started. Enemy damage resistance? Okay, that's fine.
With it. Keep it clear of that conduit.
Going for the kill. There we are. So this is where it's going to be more difficult. Is I'm going to need to keep my evade invisibility against nullification. That is going to make this more difficult. Alright, let's see. So triangle key is distance. We want whatever this is. Is that blue? It's blue. Which I believe is this key right here. Does Lavos passive augment affect melee? Well, Valence Formation, yes. That's exactly why I took it off. Wait for the pulse. Safe to go in. Dead. Alright, let's grab this key. Evade only has a couple seconds left on it. So let's switch. Grab that. Yo, Fulls King, thank you very much for resubscribing up onto 11 months. We got another person on the last month of their gold mug. Fulls King, thank you very much for resubscribing here as well. Alright, not the best of transition rooms, but, you know, we'll handle. This is the wrong key. I knew that. There we go. Dip into evade. I've just seen the nullify aura, so I should be safe to swing in. There we go. Now let's grab the other one. Where is it coming from? This way. Just seen the nullification aura, so let's swing in. Got it. Now can I have some enemies to recharge evade on, please? No, apparently not. I literally only saw the two demolishers that entire cast of evade. Sometimes it's a skill issue. Sometimes the game just decides to not give you enemies for an ability that requires enemies. Feels bad. Alright. Where's Malice hiding out at? Got him. Take out those because they will hurt. Thank you. White key is not in this area, so I'm going to leave it on the ground. I'll pick it up later. Don't know what got disrupted there, but apparently it wasn't myself. Done. Let's see, what key have I just got here? Yellow key. Excellent, we'll push this one straight in.
Right, they're having a go.
It does feel like there's very few enemies around at the moment. Is that just me? Or does it feel like it's really empty in this mission? Oop. Slow it down, wait for the pulse. I think I saw it. There we are. Got the purple key, that's in the other room, so we've got the 2 ones for the other room. We just want to do this room now. Back into invis. There we go, that's the other key for this room. Those like normal star shot spawns? Yeah. This is steel path, but if I move from room to room, it's just an absolute dearth of them, which is why I've been focusing on getting all 4 keys before switching to the other room. Where's this one even coming from? There we go. Christ. I was never going to get it. Nope. A little bit too eager beaver there. I'll just have to go back into invis. Cast it on them now. Like, there's only, what, 6 enemies here? It's just enough for me to get 1 cast of that off. So disruptions always have few enemies. It doesn't normally feel this low, really. Like, the fact that I could just go to the entire opposite side of the map. Due to, I mean, I say entire opposite side. I'm going 2 rooms over. 2 rooms over, and I might see a couple enemies, because I just killed some. That feels too low to me.
Hear that beeping? Demo unit's on its way.
Invis acquired. Wait for the pulse. There it is. Go in for the kill. Got it. Other one's around this way. Gonna run out. Wait for the pulse. Safe to kill. Got it.
The longer we stick around, the more likely we'll get our asses handed to us. Still, with great stupidity comes great reward.
Luke enemies come with limited resource for almost everything. Abilities charge for mods and arcanes. Yeah. Like right now I'm on a 12-second cooldown. Or at least 12 seconds remaining because
Wakey, wakey.
there was just nothing to interact with.
Go.
There we go, we got a Conquest. And a Battlist. Which I can't even get headshots on, so that's great. Back into invis. They are really, really drip feeding these enemies in. Maybe it is invisibility mirror blade. Maybe it is that, yeah. Like, oh, what's that? You want to be stealthy and hide from the enemies? Fine. The enemy's going to hide from you now. Which is not ideal. This entire mission requires enemies. It's a bit unusual in that regard, though. It's a mission that requires enemies, but not strictly speaking for the kills, just for the drops.
Interference routines, demo units too.
Just gonna go in because I've got so little time on it left. It's just gonna expire anyway. Yeah. Get what little cooldown reduction I can off of these two. Hello, Flo. How you doing? Swift Bite would be amazing if I could get 4 enemies together. Honestly, if I wasn't aiming for the headshots here, I'd lose a fade outright. Despite having all the cooldown reduction I have. Looks like enemy alert status affects spawn rate too. That's the thing, they're alert. They know that there is a hostile here because it is a disruption mission. Nope, there went my invis. What is this? Hello? Come and attack me, please. There is a whole ass Warframe here. Hi. The area really does feel a bit barren. Play the game on everyone's lunch break? Yeah, just a bit, didn't I? The Corpus actually have days off and lunch breaks, and we just never noticed till now. This is budget cutbacks. This is what it looks like. Nathaniel making too many savings. I've been sat on just this one key for far too long, and it's not even for this room. I think I'm staying in one room, which should enhance the spawns. Because if you keep going between rooms, the enemies have to drag their ass all the way over to you. If one spawned over there, and I went to the room 2 rooms that way, then the one over here would just take forever to get over there. I should be as close to the spawns as the game will allow. All I can imagine is there's a cluster of enemies stuck somewhere. But where? Where are they stuck then? If I pop back through here, I might... Oh my word. What are these? What is going on here? Why were there just 2 random rollers? Is this what's been killing my spawns? There were just 2 random rollers out here, and the enemies were like, oh, yep, well, we got to deal with that one. Fairly certain that's not how slams work. But go around the corner. I'm not even trying to be invisible anymore. I'm just... There's so little threat, there's no point in being invisible. Are there things still being stupid down here? What is going on? Oh! That's what was happening. That's what was happening. They were getting rad-procced by the laser beam. They were getting rad-procced and fighting each other, and laser beams were continuously applying new rad-procs. This is why the enemy spawns were so bad. They were too busy having their own disco party down in the pit. Cheers, Tycoon, for the 100 bits. This is why the mission was running so slow? A rad proc? I'm actually insulted. That's so stupid. Alright. I'm going to take this key in the wrong direction. Because I'm going to reset back up over here. There we go. Actually, I've got all the keys now. Might as well just plug them in then. There's the, yeah, there's the gold key. Slap that in. Then we'll take these 2 over to the other one in just a moment. Shield drain? But no. I mean, who even needs invis for this, let alone tank? Grab this, grab that, switch room. Sound effects necessary. Breaking of the rubido, also necessary.
Demo unit incoming. Don't let them near the conduit.
There we are. Oh, moonquakes. Alright, low gravity all of a sudden. Because that's how that works. Slow it down, take it out. Line them up. Next one. Try not to get hit with the bubble. Come on. Knew it was due.
Getting a little hot. Gloves are coming off. Got another
Getting a little hot, she says. I mean, now that we figured out where the enemy spawns were, sure. Nope. Screwed up the invis.
right. They're back. And they're well pissed off.
Which made those heat procs enemies at least try to run somewhere. I guess it's just usually not that much of an issue. Like, look, the spawns seem to be picking up now. So I can go back into invis. Yeah, this is looking more like it. Absolutely wasn't a normal steel path moment. This is looking much more like it. Look at this. Okay, I didn't actually hit 4 at once there, which is frustrating. But this is much better. If it ever looks like the spawns are being really low, you might actually be correct. Go hunting for them. Darn, I just screwed that up again. There we go. Oh, hi, Mania. Bye, Mania. How are we doing on keys? I've got just the one around here. It is a key for this room, so I should plug that in. Now, because I'm on to round 4, I'm going to intentionally fail some conduits. I intentionally need to fail a couple. However, I can't afford to fail that one. Shield drain will be bad to continuously have. I do need to take this one out. Oh, I got nullified. That's bad. Having enhanced the enemy spawn rate, that is now bad. There we go. Okay, we just got 2 keys at once. Let's pop this one in. I want to intentionally fail this one. Health drain. Okay. I mean, I can heal myself, so that is acceptable. I can stomach failing that one. So let's get the other key and then take the 2 of them over to the other area. Can I get more enemies to kind of cluster together, please? You're all split up. Shit. There we go. And that are both of our keys. Okay. There we are. Oh. Plug it in. Yep, conduit blown. That is exactly what was supposed to happen. Still need to lose 1 more. So I'll go to whichever one appears second. Oh, they're both down this direction. Okay. Skip that one. Go for this one. Tear him down. There we go. We let this one pop in. We get rotation B reward, which is guaranteed relic. Oh no. No. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. I killed this one because I thought it was a surefire. It's well and truly stuck. It's well and truly stuck. If I kill 2, I still get B? Yeah, but I've killed 2. And if this one doesn't get unstuck, I'm going to have 3 successes. You've never seen them get stuck? I've never seen this one get stuck there. This is impressive. I've seen a lot of get stuck demolishers, but this one's magical. Great. I might as well just finish the round off then. It's gonna fail. I was just faster to get the round done at that point. God damn. I mean, it wasn't even due for it to turn there. Why would it get stuck there? I can't even get stuck here. So it had to be walking dead on. But there's no reason for it to turn there. I genuinely cannot explain that one. That was something special. And not in a good way. Nope, that's not good. Oh yeah. Alright, so we've got gold and white in this room, so I'll drop the purple. We'll come back to that in a moment. I really wish I could see the cooldown on evade. To know how close I am to cleansing the cooldown. Yeah, it doesn't actually relight the ability, even though the cooldown is gone. Okay, I just need the white key. Let's put in the gold key right now. So in case this one gets stuck, I can work around that. There we are.
Next verse, same as at first. Mind you don't get flanked.
Oh, oh shoot! How did I let that happen? Oh, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. I was not managing my cooldowns. There we are. And in the process got the white key, so let's slap that one in.
Demo unit incoming. Don't let them near the
Yeah, evade is certainly a lot harder to maintain in low enemy density derpy missions like this. Drop our way down here. We'll just let the magnetic anomalies continue. Not my concern. Currently holding on to the purple key. There we go.
Hear that beeping? Demo unit's on its way.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. I thought I had popped.
Dust yourself on. There'll be another around here someplace.
Okay, can't help but notice that once again, the one's not been completed. Oh. No, the second one's not gone through. It might be stuck again. So I'm going to let that one get through. This is what happens when the drop tables are better on B than C. At least for a specific farm. It's kind of weird. It's really stuck again, isn't it? It's actually stuck again. 2 rounds in a row.
Harry, one more round. What'd you say?
And it's the same unit. walking dead into this? Why?
Lock and load.
Why? That is so weird. Send that down there. At least my combo's maintaining pretty well. Yeah, Demolisher getting stuck yesterday as well. Yeah, Demolishers can get stuck, but like,
To the objective, Andre.
that just feels like a really weird position for it to get stuck. Particularly out of place. And I've seen some out of place bits. Not again. Same enemy, same spot. It happened again. 3 rounds in a row. The exact same Demolisher in the exact same spot, but not for the exact same placement of conduit. Make it make sense. Alright, well, I'm going to enjoy a permanent speed boost then, because I cannot fail that one. I am incapable of failing that one, I should say. That's the key for you. Let's get that started. Oops, I accidentally got myself nullified. I thought the melee would have hit without stepping into it. We got a torment inbound. Trust me, I'm already being tormented. And I think I've got the other keys needed to go to the other side. Looks like this one's not stuck, so that's good. That one will fail. I don't know what the case would be, Alice. I'm not going to guess as to the case, because I don't have access to E's code. I'm not a programmer. So, as much as I could make attempts at trying to understand what's causing it, I've got no way to know if I'm even close on the guess. Alright, so we'll let that one get through, and I'll go kill this one. So much for this being a really evade-heavy run. I feel like I've mostly been dancing around the enemies failing. This has been a mission of watching the enemies screw up. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. How is it not here yet? There we go. Good. It is actually going to get there. Blimey.
Why is old Alad calling you lot betrayers anyway?
Oh,
No matter.
still can't jump through that.
Give another kick at a conduit.
Maybe the map itself is cursed? Maybe. Maybe they're just in magnificent awe of what Lavos is capable of. Like, my god, an invisible Lavos? When will they stop cooking? Never. Literally never. But yeah, that was one of the more frustrating ones I've ever done.
Have a good one.
That was one of the more frustrating. I think I prefer the method of just killing all the demolishers, rather than hoping that they'll kill the conduits. So let's see. I got myself a relic every single time, thankfully, even though there was that one screw up. So that was a total of 6 rounds in 32 minutes. 6 rounds only. Yikes. What are we farming? More just taking different versions of Lavos out for different spins in different places. That one was particularly blah. So let's mix this up. Full caster. And stick with these weapons, they'll be fine. Let's head on over to Mott. Now what is special about Mott is that it has a whole bunch of very threatening enemies. Salvatore, cheers. It has a whole bunch of very threatening enemies because, despite their level being like 150, they have the damage of level 300. So for a health tank, that is certainly something to deal with. We also have the fact that the enemies are a mix of dangerous types that can screw with abilities, and I have brought a caster setup. Observe. This is where I do basically nothing but cast. And so far we're on, 57 kills. Let's see, this should be a good room. Get that out, there we go. Just break the room. Recharge. Oh, that was a bad cast. Okay, that's going to cool me off for a moment. We can get another view out. Probably should have primed the enemies first, but it's fine. Just means they're alive for me to do this.
Get ready for a capsule.
Oh, another dud cast. Is this stream for a video for Lavos or just for funsies? Mostly it's for funsies to demonstrate how versatile Lavos is in a live environment, so you can see there's no editing tricks going on here. There's no Ken screwing around lying to you. This is just straight up Lavos doing Lavos stuff. That's what this live stream is. Lavos does everything. I will occasionally, maybe, get a couple weapon kills. Most notably will be the Acolyte. Acolytes are strong against ability damage with no crits. I mean, Acolytes are just strong against non-crit attacks in general. It's just that Lavos' ability is a non-crit one. I'm curious? Yeah. I absolutely get it. Like, surely there must be some kind of point to this. It's called, I'm having fun. I ain't the Lavos main for the lulz of it. I'm a Lavos main because I enjoy playing Lavos. And this, with a little bit of primer support, of course. This is Lavos just living life. Oh, balls, that was another dud cast. Okay, I'm on cooldowns. I've got to be a little bit more careful about those casts. Can't be letting myself end up on cooldown like that.
Prepare for life support.
Oh, another one. Bollocks. There we go. That one was a good one. We're off cooldown straight away. Can use this straight away. Again, this isn't the most efficient way to kill these enemies. It's not the most powerful setup in the world. And it is definitely input intensive. But it works.
Hi Ken, got back from my trip in Thailand and now get to enjoy watching your stream.
Hey! Welcome back. Hope you had yourself a wonderful trip to Thailand, absolutely. Radikar, thank you for the 13 months. Much appreciated. So we do that, do this, do that. Where is that? Jade Xmas. I'd rather see it before it dies, but if it just perishes somewhere, it just perishes somewhere. Oh wait, no, there it is. Okay, cool. I'm unfortunately off cooldowns. It is already very weak though, so it might just perish. Because my companion is taking chunks out of its face. Damn it, I didn't mean to cast that one there. Ah, everything's on cooldown. There we go. Get all that cooldown again. There we go, and that allows me to cast another ult when it's just finished casting. And that was a bad cast. Oops. So I mean that Jade Extras don't need line of sight? They need line of sight to initially start the beam, that's it. They catch the slightest glimpse of you, and it's just like other Xmas units, they're ready to go. The slightest glimpse is all they need. Ah, another dud cast, damn it. Alright, let's do with Angst. Zoop. Thank you, guns charged. And Angst is gone. Alright then. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Lavos go burr.
The raid is off to a successful start. When you need it, extraction is ready.
Yep. That gun is just dead. Takes them a moment to die, because they're dying from the proc, but the damage is still there. And I'm not even min-maxing the element types I'm using here. If you pay attention, you'll notice I'm basically... Ooh, bollocks. Just using viral. I'm not trying to use other type, just viral. Because it's enough. Viral is a very, very strong damage enhancement. It's another proc. Because it's the same thing over and over, I don't need to think about what I'm casting. It just keeps going. Wow, those just all perished. I need to pick up some more of this life support, getting a little bit careless with that. Need a good cluster, there we go. Looks like there's a bunch of them out this way. How's kills per minute? About 100. About 100, which is good. It's not amazing, but it is good. Let's see, people already know about the amazing builds. We already know about the stuff which annihilates. I was supposed to cancel that far sooner, but I just screwed that up. This is bringing us what's still somehow functional, despite everything that should be against it, including Ken and APM. The longer things survive, the more status I put into them, and the stronger the ult gets when I finally use it on them. And that finally isn't very long, to be honest. Send out another wave of that. Yep, just perish. Oh no, my companion is down. Whatever shall I do? My companion isn't actually doing much for this build. Also, my companion's already back. Everything's on a little bit of cooldowns, just those moments. But blip. Companion's down again, that's fine. Holds back up again, so get wrecked everything, I suppose. Oh, that was a bad cast. There's a good spot here. Yep, that was a good spot. We can get another ult out. Drop out another transmutation probe. That was a bad cast. Now I'm on cooldowns for a bit. Damn it. Screwing up the cooldown rotation definitely hurts the setup. You need to hit a good swift bite. If you hit a bad swift bite at the wrong time, you feel it. But if you keep it in the good ones, oh, you feel that too. Damn, that was a bad one. I'll just cook everything with the primer. There we go. Follow up. Good. Bad follow-up. The other thing with this, in terms of those bad follow-ups being a problem, is that whenever I do screw that up, that's also my healing I'm screwing up. So it's definitely skill issue when I do that. And very punishing skill issue too. Don't mean to roll. Let's just nuke the area a bit. Mania will not take much damage from it. Shields will, but not the rest of Mania. And I've not got the combo built up on this for that to work. There we are. Get rid of the nullifier. Get rid of the cooldown. Power our way through that. I think the companion did a lot of that work as well. As I think the companion actually is doing one very curious thing, and that is heat inheriting this. That's not even an intentional part of this build, it's just a function of heat that's amazing. Whenever Worm targets something with the heat damage on its gun, Worm has a lot of heat to put out. So when I then kill it with the ult proc damage gets massively buffed by the heat inherit. And because those procs belong to Worm, Worm gets the kill, and so that then spreads through close contagion, or whatever it's called, the contagious bond. So you see how it all comes together into one very effective setup. At least for the limitations of it being an all-rounder frame. The damage output isn't the same as Octavia or Sarin can be. But then Octavia and Sarin can't do everything that Lavos can. Nullifier bubbles do block Ophidian Bite landing, so you need to work around that. I think Vora's another one who is resistant to this setup. Oh, that was a bad cast. Oh no. Hi, Vor! Do you take stance effects? Yeah, you do. Oh, I killed him. Oh. I was trying to find him. He'd already perished. Didn't realise he'd perished. I think I'm making the point though here. Oops. Making the point as to just how effective this can be. There are weaknesses. There are skill requirements. Skill requirements that I don't perfectly meet. But if you do bring it all together, full caster Lavos can absolutely spam out abilities. Absolutely. Let's do a little bit more of the status spread. Ah, that was a bad cast. Damn it. Yeah, bad casts hurt. I'm gonna have to live support up. I'm only a little bit behind on the kills per minute to maintain life support. It just adds up. I'm at 1200 kills. Should be at about 100 higher or so. Doesn't feel like it's that far behind, to be honest. I'm not sure why life support was quite so low. And then another sweep of this. Out it goes. Everything is dead. It's brilliant. Now goes another wave. Oh, that was a bad cast, but I am off cooldown thanks to Transmutation Probe. Rescues it. There we are. Now to 1300 kills. Again, we're about 100 behind where I'd like to be, but it's not the end of the world. That, however, is a problem. We need to kill violence. There we are, problem solved. Alright then, moving on. Yep. I'm going to take this to 15 minutes and then dip out.
Delivered another life support capsule.
I hope, surely hope at this point, there is no one under the impression that Lavos cannot be a full caster. Do I think there's any arcanes for vestigial motes you should definitely pick up? That's a very good question. Let's have a look at the shop after this mission. I can give you a fuller walkthrough on that. There we are, relic achieved, let's get out. I'm done with this mission. Exits down this way. Turn around here. There it is. Alright. Oh, straighten up.
You strike to win. The lesson ends.
So not too shabby. Not too shabby there. So total kills in those 50 minutes, 1406, which is perfectly workable. When I was going for any gunnery kills, well, I wasn't. I barely used the burst, and the burst took out a couple of the acolytes. Otherwise, I used side-on kills or ability. Side-on kills, 32. So the rest of it was either ability directly or ability supported by Worm with the heat inherit spread effect. So yeah. So I have to say, he can, but he demands a serious density of enemies. So that's the thing, you don't use nukes on singular enemies. Lavos' 4 is a nuke, it's a AoE, it's a room clearer. If you're not using his room clearing ability, the rest of the abilities do not need to be spammed. So it's kind of a... I won't say a chicken and egg situation, that's not right. That's a good analogy. I don't think I have one. The two go hand in hand. Is a simple way of putting it. Lavos can full cast if you have a lot of enemies. If you don't have a lot of enemies, you don't need to full cast. That's the point. It would like say, oh yeah, Sari can get to loads of damage, but if there's not the enemies around to spread, then it's just going to decay. It's like, well, yeah, that's kind of the point. That's kind of the point. Yeah, so let's get here, Banshee weak spot. Fair enough. I never understand how he decides how that works, but okay. Let's pop on down real quick to an appropriate relay. Just any relay, I think, should have a audit in it. Sorry, KMOS, you've got your answer wrong there because you're talking about the wrong modes. If I understand correctly, vestigial modes are the Jade Shop ones, not the event ones. Is he only on Mercury? Oh yeah, my bad. He's only on Mercury. Whoopsies. Exactly, yes, Salvatore. Yeah. Lavos' casting is restricted when he doesn't need to cast. That is the convenience of it. Again, there were leakages. I had to use Swiftbite. Without Swiftbite, you cannot full cast. Because Transmutation Probe does not reduce its own cooldown. It is the Transmutation Probe and Swiftbite combo that allows you to reset the entire kit. You need enemies in a decent cluster for that. If you don't have 4 enemies together, you fail your Swiftbite. And with a failed Swiftbite, you get nowhere. So casting at the wrong time will hurt. Okay, so look at the arcanes here then. We've only got 5 arcanes to even think our way through. But we can narrow down what they're all capable of. Arcane Ice Storm. On enemy frozen, gains strength and ability duration up to 15 seconds. For 15 seconds, stacks up to 20 times. So that's going to be 40% strength, 40% duration. All you need to do is freeze enemies. And that one's pretty decent, because it doesn't ask how you freeze them, it's just freeze them. So any source of a load of cold procs will work for this. And there's various ways to achieve that. Companions can provide that, abilities can provide that, weapons can provide that. So it is an effective and reliable way to give your frame both strength and duration, which is pretty nice to have. Secondary Surge. On ability cast, next shot gains damage multiplier for every 200 current energy. Can't say I really give a damn about this one. If it's only the next shot, only on your secondary, is replacing your secondary arcane that could have been something else, and requires you to then first cast ability and have a significant enough amount of energy left for it to get you anywhere. I look at this one and I'm wondering, why should you be putting in the effort? There are going to be niche circumstances that could benefit from that, but those circumstances are not enough for me to say go out and buy the arcane. I wouldn't personally. Arcane Battery, gain maximum energy per armor point, up to 1000 energy. If you've got a high armor frame, or you've got a way of giving yourself a bunch of armor, this gives you a bunch of max energy, so you don't need to equip Flow or the Archon Shards for it. How many frames really need to worry about energy to that extent? Battery's awesome on Chroma. Why is it awesome on Chroma, Baggett? I can see that it would certainly gain a lot of effectiveness on Chroma, but why is it awesome on Chroma? Chroma, who has a first ability that no one cares about, a second ability which is set and forget, so it doesn't need a lot of max energy, a third ability which is set and forget, so it doesn't need a lot of energy, and then a fourth ability which is just kind of there. Battery works in tandem with Surge. Yeah, so you can put the two together, have both of your arcane slots taken up on, one on your Warframe, one on your secondary. You bring it together to then, have a bit more damage on your secondary. I suppose if you've got a lot of energy, if you've got 1600 current energy, you get all the way up to the 8 times. That's a lot of energy. And again, it's only on next shot. You tried it for City Blinks, it wasn't worth it at all. That's kind of what I feel. Back at the fourth with Augment is a nice crowd control option, also enables running low efficiency. So fourth with Augment. Okay. For crowd control. Let's work us through this real quick. The last time I took an idea from chat, it turned out that it didn't actually work. And was a complete waste of my time, but sure, what's the noise you're making? So it is Guided Effigy, cast and hold to make Effigy move to your aim point, deals damage, and restores energy for each enemy in its path. Rolls a rival stunning nearby enemies. Yeah. I mean, if that works for you, that works for you. If anyone else comes asking, oh, should I pick up those arcanes? I'm not about to suggest that as an approach. That is... niche would be polite. Secondary Fortifier, amazing. You gain Overguard for dealing damage to Overguard, and you deal extra damage to Overguard. Considering that Overguard continues to be a menace for a variety of frames and a variety of situations, plus just how stupidly effective Overguard is on us as well, this is amazing. Battery is amazing on Grendel. Again, why? Stubborn Psycho, thank you very much for raiding on in. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you've had yourself a wonderful stream. We are apparently having a quick break from Lavos to break down these arcanes here. Just have a further look at them. Very briefly. But, yeah. Ice Storm, a worthwhile pickup because it can work in a variety of builds. Doesn't take much to build into it. Secondary Surge is meh at best. Arcane Battery is frankly a little bit underwhelming to take up a Warframe Arcane slot for just max energy and then with an armor requirement. Not great. If you got a 100 armor frame, that's 5 max energy. 1000 armor frame, you've got 50 max energy. So you need 10,000 armor to get the 500 energy, 20,000 armor to get the full 1,000 energy. That's a hell of a lot of armor. I run 2,000 on Lavos. Actually, I run less than 2,000 at the moment. 2,000 armor would get you 100 energy, if I'm looking at that right. Yeah. Now granted, Lavos can't gain the energy, but the point remains there. 2,000 armor for 100 energy? To take up an arcane slot to achieve that? Yikes. Yikes. Summons Baby Tenno has even got an attack quest. Aww. You'll get your way through. Absolutely. I'm looking at lowest armor, by the way. Lowest rank. Sorry, yes, I am. My bad. My bad. Might screw up on that one. I thought I was reading the bottom one. I wasn't. 2k armor, 600 energy. Okay, that's a lot more manageable. My apologies on that. I was misreading entirely there. So if you really want to go for 600 extra max energy, which still isn't that valuable of a stat, there's a whole reason why you'll notice Prime Flow is not on a whole lot of builds these days. But sure, you can have 600 energy for 2,000 armor. Not 100, my bad. Still shit. Quite frankly, I'm gonna go the full way. It's still pretty shit. Not very useful in levels. Obviously, it's not useful in levels. Ha ha ha. Good joke. Moving on. There's not many frames that really care about wasting a whole ass arcane slot on that. You do need to have enough max energy on frames to keep up with your demands on casting versus the sporadic nature of income, but this is not it. This is just not it. And even the implied connection between the two here of, oh look, you've got all this remaining energy. Excellent, now your next shot does more. If you're using your secondary for damage, are you really casting an ability every shot? And if you're not casting every shot, then divide down the number of shots that are boosted by the number of shots you fire in total. And that's how actually effective that arcane is. You found batteries to be useful on Valkyria and Corvex. I've never needed that much energy on Valkyria. So I'd be quite surprised on that one. And as for Corvex, Corvex also should be able to maintain. So again, I'm surprised that you'd found it to be useful enough to replace an arcane. Because that's the real cost here. We only get 2 arcane slots on our Warframe. We only get 2. You also get 1 on your primary, 1 on your secondary, 1 on your melee. There are plenty of arcanes at this point, and even of the older set of Eidolon arcanes, there are plenty of arcanes there that, oh yeah, sure, it's useful to not have to deal with heat procs from Ars and Xmas, but there's just so much better you can do. There's just so much better. Cough, Energy Tank Chroma. If you were the person who said Energy Tank Chroma earlier as well, I'm going to be upset with you. Nope, that's your first message today. Okay, just another person coming in, like it's an amazing thing. Again, if you find some tiny niche, you can find some tiny niche. There are people that have used the goddamn plasma drill to kill an Eidolon. Doesn't make it good. Doesn't make it good. I'm not looking at things from the lens of, can you make it work? I'm looking at these from the lens of, should you spend your time getting vestigial motes or spending the platinum to get yourself an arcane battery? And unless you are so absorbed with the idea of an energy tank chroma that you just have to try it out, I'm not going to recommend it to you. I'm not. You could go farm Mobile Defense in the Void for relics. Not really going to feature high up my recommendations either. It it doesn't go up there. Copy say, appreciate the concept of it. Like tools that scale on one stat off another, but it's not good enough for the opportunity cost in most cases. Yeah, of all the things to scale, it's like, hey, have armor, gain max energy. Take up an arcane slot. It just doesn't land. It really just doesn't land. And I don't think there is any value, to be honest, that I would be happy with here. Truth be told, I don't think there is any value I'd be happy with. Because, again, arcane slot for a maximum energy. Arcane slot for max energy is a terrible, terrible call. In all but the most niche of builds, like a energy tank chrome rev all things. Nah. Jeff Connor says, listing in your theory crafting, trying Ice Storm and Frost, see if that and Molt stack together. I mean, they should, yeah. Molt Augmented and Ice Storm. Once you're at max kills for Molt Augmented, that'll be 60% strength plus 40% strength for a total of 100%. Yeah, that would work. Whether it's the right choice or not for you to go for just straight up 100% strength, 40% duration from Arcanes, that's up to you to decide. But it should work, yeah. No reason not to. Already said about Fortifier, it's amazing, pick it up. And then Melee Afflictions. Enemies affected by status effects gain 6 additional stacks when they're knocked down or flung by melee attacks. Now if you're running Harmony, that's amazing. Because Harmony Heavy Attack was basically made for Melee Afflictions and vice versa. The two are a match made in heaven. Because Heavy Attacks condense status effects down to a single instance. Outside of Harmony, again it's going to come down to those ragdolling heavy attacks more than anything. There are going to be other places it can be used, and it will make some effectiveness out of that. But this combo is just built for each other. Would Afflictions work well on Penance? I've not memorized the Penance available stance, so let's have a look. Two-handed Nikana, right? Penance is indeed two-handed Nikana. Works Wise Razor on heavy attack. Has a lifted effect first, knockdown on the second. Now, flung by melee attacks, not sure if that includes lifted. Let's have a look. Melee Afflictions, does that include lifted status? Knockdown, lifted or ragdoll procs will not trigger the arcane if the enemy is not actually knocked down or flung. Lifted doesn't trigger it if the enemy is locked in animation. Okay, so long as they do actually get lifted, it counts. Right. As long as you just get lifted, it counts. Okay. This works oddly compared to its wording, you feel? Are you going to expand on that? No. Warframe keywords? Yeah, it's just... Warframe and keywords just isn't a thing. I've been complaining about that for years. I will probably be complaining about it for years. It's certainly not high up on the order of things for DE to fix, so they just won't. Hey, it's not just them. I found the same issue on seed packets I was using earlier. I was planting up some new flowers for the garden. I don't know why, but despite having basically the same requirements, 2 different seed packets had rewritten paragraphs of the same information from the same company. So it's not just DE that does it. It's not just DE. As I've said many times over on the Discord, the C in Digital Extremes stands for consistency.
Very well. Okay, Ordis will be here as well.
And I stand by that. Alright. That's got that covered. That's good. You're absolutely welcome. This is probably where I do the shameless plug time, going, hey, was that helpful? So, something like that, blah, blah, blah. We're fine. Anyway, Lavos! So, we've got Fullcaster. We've gone Evade against a Disruption mission that decided to refuse to give us enemies. It do be like that. So now, let's go with... What do we got here? I don't really need or want to use All Gaze. It exists, although did I break it? No, it still exists, but yeah. Let's go Golden. When's the last time I've done that one? Proper. Hello, Eloy. Welcome on it. If I'm going to use this, let's go good old Lavos Prime. You can see me like I'm a pennant, 13/tax 1 heavy. There we are then, so it's working. Cool. Alright, so we set this to normal mode, we ignore whatever's going on there, and we go straight into the capture mission. And then we scan.
You are here on a capture mission.
Area's barren, abort the mission, try again.
Must find
An impressive number of people are salty about this method. And I couldn't care less. There's all evidence points to it working. Ooh. Okay, first let's get rid of this thing, because this is gonna get in the way, isn't it? Actually, you know what? No. I can do okay. Level 10, level 30, I'm not going to feel the difference. What method? So this is a method to farm former, boosters and endo all in one by use of golden instinct spam at the start of missions. Area is barren. We dip out. I'm casting the ability as it's still kind of attempting to load, and as soon as I can see on the UI that it's just not working, I'm out. Go again. So loading time is certainly a weakness here. And this is something you can do with friends as well to really min-max it. I've made a whole video about it, which Crown Ladybugs have been very nice to link. So you can see more details to how it works there. Well, I think of my favourite frame game, the Shiny Glow stuff. Well, I mean, just have a look at that look right there. I think that speaks for itself, doesn't it? I think that speaks for itself. Here we go. Scanning, nothing. Dip. Why does this annoy people? I don't know. To be quite honest with you, I don't know. Maybe they don't like it because I suggest that if you don't have a fast loading time, it ain't gonna work for you too well. Maybe it's because it requires them to get a specific ability. Maybe it's because they don't like having a failure rate of missions. They feel it's cheesy. I'm not entirely sure why. Sometimes people just like to be pissed off. If someone decides they're going to be pissed off, they're going to be pissed off. And you can't reason someone out of position they didn't reason themselves into. Area is barren. Roll again. There is a lot of downtime to this as well. As much as I'm constantly loading and ending and loading and ending and loading and ending, there is a lot of downtime to this. And that definitely annoys some people. Some people prefer to play the game rather than cheese the game, and absolutely I get that. This is definitely cheesing the game rather than playing the game. That's what happens when DE sets up the game in exactly this manner.
You are here to find a
Because how long has it been now since I've last cast an ability or fired a gun? Or for that matter, walked around anywhere other than a tight circle on the deck of my ship here? So from that perspective, it is potentially a very boring way to try and do this. It's just gamble, exit, gamble, exit, gamble, exit. Mostly exits, and so far only exits on this stream. But eventually it'll hit. The dice have to roll every side eventually. Even if we have to roll above the odds. But yeah, doing this solo is not ideal. Doing it in a group, that's where you can get the ridiculous numbers.
You are here to find.
I just can't be bothered to set up the group right now. Alright, Mirai, you take care. Dropping ourselves in. Warrior codes, favorite gold instinct setups. I would be running Hair Pit for the lower level, but it's currently got something on it which makes repeat missions slower.
We received
The point with Ukko is that it's an exceptionally quick complete mission. So we actually grab the objective very quickly, we just need to go for the golden loot and then we get out. Whereas almost every other mission you've got so much more going on that it takes even longer to complete the mission. Imagine we spend the rest of the stream doing this and not get a hit. Yeah, imagine if DEs have actually nerfed this silently. And they've made it if you've aborted more than a couple missions in the last few minutes, it just doesn't spawn any rare loot. God, that'd be terrible. That would just instantly kill it. I'm going to verify the build real quick, make sure I've not broken anything. Nope, that's correct. No complaints. The mission should be plenty large enough for plenty small enough for Golden Instinct to scan everything of concern. If it misses a mission where one would have spawned, that happens. But the chances of that are pretty slim. What's the chances again? 1 in 18? Oh, much better than that. Much better. I forget the exact number, but I know it's not down as far as 1 in 18. Is the Lavos build from a while ago still viable today, or is there an update? Same build, pretty much. There is some wiggle room on flex mods here or there, but it's the same build. Same plan, same ideas. It is all the same. Hello, Xenos. Today we are going through various Lavosian successes. We've had Evade, we have had Full Caster. This is us going through a Golden Instinct. Hitting a few duds at the moment. This feels like an exploit. Why does it feel like an exploit, Guntir? Why does it feel like an exploit? Can you quantify that feeling? Well, I'm getting very unlucky here. There we go, we got a hit. Alright.
Vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them.
Okay, that was one of my worst VAR rushes ever, but it's fine. Hop our way down here. Hello. How's he getting away from me? Damn. Alright. I should have just shot in the first place. Anyway. Let's wait for it to announce the exit. Exit goes over this way. Oh, it's switched to a bloody exterminate. Alright, crew.
Change of plans. Ignore your original objective.
War's exit.
Leave nothing alive.
Scan from here. Scan is pushing up this way. She's continuing towards the enemy, so fair enough. Scan here. Still going forwards, that's good with me. How about scan here? Guys pushing down this way. Is there a this way? There is a this way. Okay. Let's do air support from here.
For incoming support.
Nailed it. Oh, it's right here. Alright, got it. That's weird. Looks like it all isn't at all.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
Rip to all of them lot. Area is barren, so we have found everything lootable. Just a case of killing these lot, getting out the mission. Damn converted captures.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
There we are.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Got to say, well, it's abusing spawn map generations in a very unintended. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Nope, gun tear. Nope, sorry. Strike one on having a actual discussion about your point. So, you've used loaded language there. I'm going to need you to restate your point. This time I'm going to require you to actually define it in ways that does not use loaded language. Because you've got two bits there that have already concluded rather than made a point. I asked you, how does this feel like an exploit? You said it's abusing spawn map generation. Abuse would define it as an exploit, but if it's not an exploit, then it wouldn't be abuse. So that's a conclusion. How is it abusing spawn map generation? How is that considered abuse? And you're saying it's a very unintended way. Again, you are jumping straight to the conclusion in your explanation there. If it were intended, then it wouldn't be abuse. But you're saying very unintended. Not just unintended, like they didn't see it coming, but very unintended. They didn't see it coming in such a heinous way that it must be an exploit. I'm going to have to ask you very insistently to retry your opinion on that one. Step away from the thought of it being unintended. Step away from the thought of abuse. Why is it a problem? Where are the actual problems? And do remember that DE are very aware of this existing.
We received intel that somebody vital to
Areas barren, cancel and redo. You watched Rage do some funny things with Lavos last night? It's real gas. Lavos can make gas amazing, yeah. And is still bugged and missing out on 2/3 the damage. It's the same as exiting the mission after finishing Ribbon Challenge, so completing it. Similar thing, yep. There are Incarnate challenges that say, get so many headshots without reloading. Well, if you get the headshots, but not enough, don't reload, just quit the mission. That's not reloading.
We received intel that
It's reloading the mission, not the gun, so it counts. There are challenges to get X headshots without being affected by a status effect, or some challenge like that. So you can just go to the plains of Eidolon, and as the Eidolon's coming up out of the water, you just shoot it in the head. It can't die, but it's also not going anywhere, and the head is like this big. So you just get it. Does Sight 9 trigger the reload? No idea. I haven't tried that ribbon challenge or whatever challenge it is with Sight 9. Correct, Xenosphere, yes. The augment for his 1, Swift Bite, will reduce the cooldown of all abilities on Lavos, regardless of the cause of the cooldown.
received intel that somebody
So it reduces itself, it reduces Vile Rush, it reduces Transmutation Probe, it reduces Catalyze, and it reduces Subsumed abilities. Alice, I'm going to counter that in exactly the same way I've countered the argument against this method. You say, also need to consider this interaction, spawning in, using ability, leaving, etc., was probably brought up when D first made the ability. Probably.
we received intel that
So, to translate that when no probability was actually used, you guess. Someone should consider that you guess it was brought up. That's what probably means when there's no probability actually utilized. It's a guess. So if I can challenge someone for concluding against it, I will challenge someone for concluding in favor of it. Today we're learning about debating and spotting bias in arguments.
received
Area Baron. Dip out. I'll give you why this isn't an exploit. The loading up of missions has always been randomized. If DE wanted it to not be randomized, they could absolutely take steps against that. And it has been like that for the nature of the game for a very, very long time. Likewise, DE have not implemented failure conditions beyond the failure of the mission. So it is very clear that DE intend for you to be able to load and reload missions. There is the sheer time taken on doing this where you're not engaging with the rest of the game, you're not shooting, you're not casting abilities, you're not gaining loot of any kind. So that is a serious cost. You've got that it is using a level 15 helmet ability. It's the capstone ability of the helmet system. So this isn't something with very easy access to it. We're also utilizing a Warframe dedicated to this particular method. So we've invested into the method. We are trading out generalized gains for specific gains. We are using mission systems as they exist with no alteration to the game necessary.
We received
Here we
intel
go.
that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find
There's no
them and
exploit, Anna.
capture them.
There is no exploit. We are using Golden Instinct and Lavos on reloaded missions until we get some rare loot to find. And I found some. So now I'm going to get the capture target. There we go. Do a scan here, see which direction it goes.
Escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
Well, that was unexpected. So let's just do a scan here.
Prepare for incoming support.
Oh! Oh, I screwed that up. See, exits that way. I've not gone that far. But apparently no. It must be quite a distance away, yeah. It's over 150 meters away. But the original scan wasn't out here, was it? Oh. Peculiar. I've really screwed this one up. Which direction? Oh, okay. Dead end room, so it's going to be in here somewhere. Easy to find. Somewhere in here. There it is. Got it. Area Baron, that's everything. Cool. Is it worth using a Raxa to shield tank with Lavos?
Stay focused.
I don't know about using a Raxa to shield tank, but I know that you can use shield recharge delay reductions to enable Lavos to shield gate tank more than anything. And it works, but no better than it would work on literally any other frame. Lavos doesn't do anything that makes a shield tank better.
Mission complete. Excellent.
There we
work,
are.
Tenno.
Ta-da! Sorry, missed some jellyfish. Lavos can reduce the Samara's cooldown? Correct. Both the one augment and innate ability of the three can reduce cooldowns applied by Samaras in Elite Sanctuary Onslaught, which means that Lavos can spamcast in ESO better than other frames.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them.
I don't know why I'm running the mission now. There's nothing here. Oops. It's too busy reading chat. But so by that logic, leaving when a Lich Sister candidate doesn't have the weapon you want is an exploit. I suppose, yeah, we had that mechanic before we had the... What's it? Bad luck prevention mechanic. That's the phrasing. Sorry, I had to think about that one. Yeah, we did originally have just the cycling mechanic. I don't know if that's exactly comparable, but I get where you're coming from.
You are here to find.
I do get where you're coming from there. Ultimately, DE have given us the permission to abandon missions where the only cost is literally abandoning the mission. The very simple address to something like this will be to put a cooldown on that. Cooldown of going into your next mission, for example. Or they could lock the mission to being the same layout the next time. Or they could prevent rare items from spawning if you recently abandoned a mission, things to that effect. Things to that effect. Yes, indeed. Lavos Prime does trigger the 250 energy of Void Orbs, even though he gets nothing from it. It doesn't provide any cooldown reduction, it doesn't provide any shields, it doesn't do anything for him whatsoever, and that's intended. Every part of Lavos' design, with the sole exception of energy orbs, Lavos' design is, you don't want energy? Fine, don't have energy. You get none of the benefits and deal with none of the negatives. Energy is just gone. Which means that Lavos Prime is actually the least primed prime of all primes. It's wild to say it like that, but it's true. Lavos Prime is the least primed prime of all primes. Because Lavos gains a polarity that is actually bad for him. He gains a second dash polarity that he doesn't need. He has an interaction with Void Orbs that he doesn't need. And he gained a little bit of extra health. Okay, a little bit of extra shields. Not extra armor, not extra sprint speed. Anything like that. Shields. As far as primes go, that is pretty unhelpful. Alright, I'm gonna drop this here. Should hit it. Yes, it did. And there we go. Yeah, Lavos didn't do a great job of priming himself, it seems. The extra dash polarity, just so pointless. I have to wonder what builds D were looking at when they chose the extra dash polarity for him. I do have to wonder what builds they were looking at. Because they had to have been looking at something. They wouldn't just add a polarity out of nowhere, right? Surely they wouldn't just throw a dart at a dartboard and go, yep, Lavos gets another dash polarity, yay! They had to have made the choice, based on something. Guess he was using stretch or reach for range? Here's the thing, I've got these builds set up in various ways. We've got fleeting expertise on here. We've got no dash polarities here. I've got stretch and augur message and streamline. This one does use a triple dash setup, but this is for evade. And even then, I've swapped some things here, so we're going to have a further look at that one. Were we using streamline earlier? Yeah. We've got Orgaze using 1, Fullcaster using 1, Weapon Max using 1. So it's only when I go the jankiest of weirdness, where I'm using an evade setup, that we end up there. And even then I want this actually out like that, and this in, because I only took that off whilst using the side on. Either full range of stretch, augur reach, etc. Or thinking stretch streamline. Yeah. Here's the thing is that even if you do get to the point of going, oh, well, what about stretch streamline? How have we jumped past every other polarity first? All of them. Why not the double D setup? Why not adding a Vita to the setup? Every single build, I think? Almost every single build could use that. Oh, I've got another dash over here. I do apologise. Another streamline on. But the All Gaze was a bit of a failed build, I'll be honest. All of the primary builds are using that V polarity. All the primary builds are using the V. Hey. It just seems to me that it's a little niche and twisted to have gone for the dash. But it's fine. Dark Wolf. Cheers. Last of the tea. Omit the Umbras, double dash is somewhat tolerable, but with the Umbras it makes not a lot of sense. If you omit the Umbrals, you instead have Fiber, which is D polarity, Vitality, which is D polarity, and Intensify, which is V polarity. If you're omitting the Umbrals and also changing those into completely different mods, that's just a different build. And I still question what dashes are coming up that much. What dashes are you using so much that the next polarity to add to an already D dash setup is a D dash dash? It just doesn't make sense to me.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find
As you said, Constitution. Oh, apologies for not memorizing your previous comment there. I read the bit that said omit the Umbrals, etc. I've switched to the wrong build whilst looking at builds. Bollocks. Constitution, 28% duration and a little bit of knockdown resistance, or knockdown recovery, whichever it is.
Another pun? How humiliating.
Sure. I wouldn't have put that high up the list of things. Duration is not a big benefit to Lavos outside of Evade, or some other subsumed ability calling for it. Because duration on Lavos extends stage durations, cool, means you don't want to tank it. Aside from that, it's not really that great. The benefit of duration on all of Lavos' abilities outside of the passive effect is to make the zones from Vile Rush last longer. The ability with a 5-second cooldown. I gotta say, that's not really all the way up there. So a Constitution modded Lavos? That's an unusual choice. That is an unusual one. Believe me, I've been thinking and thinking and thinking around this, and I just don't see the point for a second dash to have been given by default to Lavos. That's what's weird to me. Cheers, Sabator.
Happy hunting.
Yo! The Law 15 here, because that's definitely not on his. Thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome to the channel proper, and enjoy that lovely blue sub badge. I should have reported the mission already. Enjoy the lovely blue sub badge. No more ads for you, and all the other bits and pieces to come with being a subscriber here. Cheers. Outside of Stretch and Flow, a lot of dash polarity mods are just kind of mediocre. I mean, Flow's relatively mediocre at this point as a mod. With Archon Shards, with the energy recovery we have available to us, I would not rate Flow particularly highly. When we look at the dash polarities, I'm also looking at Equilibrium instead. Equilibrium for your energy support is a brilliant one. You got Fleeting Expertise, which does fit into the occasional build, but we don't need more than the one. Prime Flow is a muffs for Lavos? No. No, not unless you're combining it with Preparation and Arcing. Just still cursed to me. Still cursed. Overall, the dash demand is low. Like, Energy Nexus? Not Lavos. Flow? Not Lavos. Natural Talent? We always outsourced out of Archon Shards anyway. Well. Feru, Lord, Feru. I figured it was something like that. There's only so many usernames available if you want to go for things which are at least relatively common phrases, as it were. Yeah. People just really like not having to recast Valence often, so they go insanely crazy on duration.
You are here to
I don't know who
find the
these
target and bring
people
them to the
are.
extraction point.
If they're working at
Happy
DE,
hunting.
I question their judgment. I question their judgment. Because whilst you're right, duration does also affect Valence formation. With Prime continuity, you're already at just over 30 seconds. You're already at just over 30 seconds with Prime continuity. Beyond that point, if you're adding more duration to Lavos, for that, I imagine you're not really playing the rest of Lavos.
You are
And that's a
here on
concern.
capture mission.
There's a lot
You
of
must
Warframe
find,
here.
capture, and extract our target.
Alright, let's go find this rare loot and capture a target along the way.
You found a target. Capture them quickly before they escape.
Well, that target is very definitely captured. You're halfway on Steel Path notes? Nice, Ben.
Success.
Well done.
Your captain is safely in our hands.
Ooh,
Congratulations, Tenno.
this direction. Not that direction over there. You want to go this direction? Hang on. Is it, like, right here, then? Yes, it is. Now, that's a little bit of map knowledge for you. Oh, and that was a lack of skill for you. Can't be perfect. Come on. Parkour sensibly now, Kent. Ah, these ledges on every single doorway. I swear, it's like there's a border wrapped around every single door. So if you don't hit it perfectly, you're going to get stuck for a moment. It's designed to catch players that parkour incorrectly. I feel it.
I am pleased with your performance.
Ah. Alex saying, Overframe's build's a bird, but the most popular Lavos build is certainly something else. I'll take the bait. Overframe dot good grief. I'm presuming you mean Lavos Prime? No, you're not meaning Lavos Prime because there's no builds for Lavos Prime. Okay, Lavos then. Let me just have a quick little looky-loo at what the hell is going on here, I suppose. Top build is from update 32.3. That's old. That is old. Let's have a look at this, shall we? Okay, so it is a mecha set build with mecha pulls. Good, so they have got both of them. Prime sure-footed, no problem with that. Arc and Vitality, I understand it. Arc and Continuity works into it. The rest of this, we've gone for a massive narrow-minded. There are no subsumes on this Lavos. There is no valence formation on this Lavos. So why have we got 3 duration mods? Want to extend mecha proc durations? Well, the mecha set procs come from the companion, not from yourself, is my understanding. Longer gas? I guess you could just have really long gas procs, but you could also just have more effective things that kill stuff so you don't wait for the gas procs to tick through them. This is insane, because at 282% duration, cool, your status duration is 282% as well. But that's a long time to wait for things to die. Multi-efficiency? Oh good god, I didn't realise there's duration there as well. They really are going all in on duration. Why With the power of multiplicative effects, you two can kill one unfortunate mecha-marked enemy to kill everything within 30 meters. Yeah, that's just called the mecha set. Also Lavos. Yeah, we know about that. We can see we're on Lavos. Use a kit gun with residual boils. Whenever an enemy is mecha-marked, kill it as quickly as possible. Yes, that's the mecha set. Just mecha set, mecha set, mecha set, mecha set, mecha set. That's all just explaining mecha set. Basics, cold, heal. Cast catalyze whenever a group of enemies is near you or recently triggered mecha pulse. Okay. Cast probe at a group of enemies to get things off cooldown. Right, yeah, this is just summary basics, but bad. Why this choice? No other options? No helmet replacements. Lavos cannot infuse his abilities using a replace ability, which is extremely painful for all abilities except maybe catalyze. Okay, that's a massive oversimplification, but sure. Mecha set bonus works in several ways. Does not apply all the status effects at once. If there's more than 2 stacks, it'll apply at status at a rate of 2 stacks per second. It spreads stings in a weird way, but it damages nicely. I'm looking for duration. No, that's just all talking about mecha set stuff. Okay, no, I definitely missed this. Control F, duration. Oh, sorry, yeah. Apparently they do get the duration effect on mecha set despite coming from companion. Fair enough. Alright. They should be dead! Sorry. Sorry those of you with headphones. If your enemies are surviving 20 seconds, get a better build. Once you've spread the mecha set to everything in range and they're still alive after 20 seconds, get a better build. This is the entire reason they have put in over 300% duration. The entire reason is because the mecha set will damage them for a bit longer. No. No, read the Archon Shard part. Okay. Recommended Archon Shards. 1 ability duration Crimson Shard to very slightly improve duration. This adds 0.8 seconds to corrosive status, 1.2 seconds to radiation, 0.3 seconds to void status, and 0.6 seconds to all other statuses. Shard's Tau Forge is improved. Yes, we know how numbers work. 1, that's enough duration already. 2, it's enough duration already. 3, it's enough duration already. But 4, if you're going to talk about duration in such small fractions, you need, and I mean this actually, you need to be focusing on the breakpoints. If you have an 11-second slash proc and you add 0.8 seconds to it, you have not improved that slash proc at all. And this is true for heat and for toxin as well. Those 3 damaging status effects hit at the end of every second. So if you get a partial second increase, a fraction of a second increase, you get nothing. Oh. That's terrible. How much duration would I recommend? You don't need to put more duration on Lavos than Prime Continuity for anything that isn't a duration-focused build on the abilities. And you are not going to have a duration-focused build on abilities unless you have a subsume like Evade, which demands it. Lavos duration should be between 100 and 155%, at near enough all times. Going below 100% is dangerous because you lose your status procs that he kind of lives on. And if you're going above 155%, why? Make sure you've got a very good why, and if that why is the status procs last longer, sit down, stop doing that, follow the builds of people who play Lavos much more effectively than this. This entire setup is a whole load of bupkis. A tankless bupkis at that. Yeah. Where the hell's the tank? It's just Grace Vitality. I suppose Mecha Pulse does give a load of armor. But still, that's a gamble in itself. The setup is pretty overall poor. The fact that they talk about the cooldown reductions, but the efficiency is 45% is just punishing. That they're going for a mecha approach, but then go that no subsume can be valuable to them. No. This build is basically, hey guys, did you know that the mecha set works? That's the build. The rest of it is circumstantial, and they just kill enough because Lavos is good, and the mecha set is good. Jesus. These are the shards. 2 for ability strength crimson shards to make Catalyze hit even harder. I mean, they're not wrong, but that's not your focus at this point. 2 times casting speed amber shard to make everything cast faster. If one or both of these shards are tower forged, have its ability to cast exceptionally fast. Sure. It's a free natural talent and everything was. I mean, it's not free, but sure. They got so many things right, but so many things wrong at the same time. But the focus on duration here is absolute insanity. It looks completely insane to me. But yeah. Duration, okay, no shield, but health and no shield hurts you. You know what, honestly, yeah, I didn't even put that together. They've got no shield improvements. Nothing to keep the shields up, but they're just slapping on an arcane that gives them duration if they keep their shields up. Oh, that... Yeah. Yeah, and that was the top voted one. That was the top voted one. God. All they communicated there was mecha set good. The rest of that was not useful communication. And even the mecha set good bit, they spent far too long explaining. You can just boil that entire thing down to mecha set good, slap on Lavos, go. Don't tank your duration. Oh my word. No, I wouldn't say that, Urksake. I would not say that. So I never listen to Warframe. It's why, if you're going to go to Warframe, you need to already know what you're talking about. Which is kind of catch-22. That said, people say the same about YouTubers. There are plenty of people that will claim that YouTubers know nothing, that we're all just clickbait-chasing idiots. I've done it again. Plenty of people will say that. Plenty of people just write off YouTube content creation entirely as just pointless. And then you get plenty of people who've actually picked through and found the people who do know what they're talking about and they listen to them. If you did the same with Warframe, I'm sure you'd have a reasonable experience if you focused on particular build creators. But yeah. Sure, there's a better frame for all that duration. Can you utilize the mecha set? Oh, certainly. Yeah. Does level stated duration increase duration by weapons or just abilities? It increases by weapons, abilities, and apparently the mecha set. Although that was an older guide, so it might have been a bug at the time. I'm not going to verify it right now. Can't be bothered. Because usually when you trigger the mecha set in a mission, things die. It's kind of the point. Ben's saying, Overframe's taught me how to mod at a cost though, because sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. I've learned from the misses about what doesn't work. So what I'm hearing is it didn't teach you how to mod. Instead, it gave you things to use, and you learned from what worked and what didn't. You taught yourself how to mod. You just skipped the step of designing your own builds and learning what was going wrong there.
Happy hunting.
You just took someone else's builds and learned what was going wrong there. Overframe didn't teach you. Overframe just saved you the trouble of making the mistakes yourself. A bit of a distinction.
Found the target. Capture them quickly before they escape.
Ah.
Mission
I'm sure my housemate's a little bit concerned as to why I shouted earlier.
well done.
I'll explain if they question. They'll understand. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, let's do a scan from here. This way still. Cool. Cheers to him, guy. Just wildly concerned a bunch of people that are going insane. Alright, let's cast this down here. Still towards extraction. Extraction's not that far away, so I'm actually going to pop this now.
Prepare for incoming support.
There we are. Hey. Got it. And area barons, there is not a second thing to find. Lovely.
Great work. I am pleased with your performance.
Someone's all saying, to be honest, if you can see which build of Overframe is good and which is bad, you're at the point you mostly don't need Overframe. Kind of. Kind of. It's like... It's like the difference between writing an essay and proofreading an essay. If you're at the point that you can go through an essay and you can go, that's wrong, that's a grammatical error, that's wrong. Sure, you know the subject, but there's still the effort put in to actually write the essay. And I see Overframe, or just build guides in general, in the same way. If you don't know what you're talking about, if you don't know the subject, you just watch someone's guide, then you've got no idea what's going on. You're just going to have to take it at face value. But as soon as you start to pick up things and understand the subject better, yeah, you can notice when things are right or things are wrong and call it out as you go through. But it's still not as difficult as actually making the guide. Shoshin, thank you very much for resubscribing with a Prime up onto 6 months. You got yourself that lovely golden mug next to your name. Cheers, that Shoshin. Oh. Cheers indeed. It's also saying, someone who loves the mecha set, what do you say is the best frame for it?
Operations is here.
You use it with Gomez at the moment. So for the mecha set benefits from reliable status procs applied to the marked target
Bring them in.
as quickly as possible whenever they're marked. Those damaging procs need to be enough to not only kill the target, but then to kill everything else, which they kill the target, so they will be enough. That's all it really comes down to.
Excellent work.
I'm doing this capture mission when I don't need to. God damn it. I'm so focused on these different diversions with chat and Overframe. I'm not even focusing on what I'm using Lavos for right now. So in terms of the best frame, it's just who can put the damaging procs on. That's the entire question. Who can put the damaging procs on so that they are then available to be spread? Lavos can do that pretty reasonably because of Catalyze, for example, sending out high damage procs in an AoE. The mecha target's going to be somewhere in that, hopefully, so it's going to pop.
We received intel that
Anything like that will work quite nicely for you. What you want to avoid are frames which don't do anything to either apply the status procs or enhance the status procs. Is this a better endo farm than arbitrations or bounties? If you're with friends, it can be. If you're not with friends, the rates will be questionable, at best. And if you're doing it with friends, ooh, okay. Be ready to be constantly making and breaking the squad and joining into the right people. You'll want to be in a voice chat. So I'm saying the second highest rated frame is probably best. Okay, let's have a look. Let me load it up whilst we load the mission. Excuse me. Raged a bit hard apparently.
You are here.
Nothing here. Quit out. Oop. Let's have a look at this. Alright. So, recent update, 3 format, long guide, sure. Long guide just means lots of words. So they've gone, again, Mecha, they've gone for Triple Archon, Adaptation, Valent, Swift Bite, Stretch. Power Drift all together. Okay. They're missing an Arcane, I guess they're just calling it a flex slot. Arcane Ice Storm, so they intend to put out plenty of cold and freezing enemies, which, yeah, it's perfectly valid. How do I know if this passive is anything or not? By spamming the ability, I can already hear it failing to cast, and I can see areas barren at the bottom right of the screen. That's how I know. The rare cache is a relatively new thing. Nope. So. Impetus is not an overframe yet. Oh, okay, is that what's missing? I can't bother to look through. Impetus. Alright. Yep, fair enough. Looks pretty standard to me. Looks pretty standard. Their entire healing is coming from Ophidian Bite. They've got no Arcane Grace, and they've got half the EHP of my setup. However, they've got Mecha Pulse, then the boost onto that, so actually the HP is probably going to be okay. Yeah, honestly not concerned. Honestly not concerned with this one. Again, it comes down to, hey, did you know that Mecha set and appropriate Archon mods, adaptation, augments, amaze balls? That's pretty much what it comes down to. It's curious that they've gone for just stretch rather than overextended when they have got such an investment into strength. I'd feel at that point application will be better than just stretch. But then it could be they were trying to keep the former count down because they've spent only 3 former here, whereas they absolutely could take it another former further. But that's fine. That is absolutely fine. Double say, your Lavos main, it's my Lavos build, decent, Umbral set, Arcane Continuity, Adaptation, Augment, Stretch, and use Sprint Speed or a mod for personal preference, Arcane's Grace and Avenger. So as we go, let's see, Umbral set, 23, Adaptation, so standard stuff there, Arcane Continuity, Augments and Stretch. The only difference between yours and my standard build there is Stretch versus Overextended. I like to have the extra range, you've gone for the reduced range for extra strength. I'm not sure that's the right choice, given the scaling you can get on catalyzed damage if needs be, whereas range you can't fix. If your range isn't there, your range just isn't there. But that's a personal preference as well. It makes Vile Rush longer, it makes it more consistent to land Ophidian Bite, it makes Transmutation Probe more consistent on hitting enemies, it makes catalyzed reach out further. Range is a benefit everything Lavos has, whereas strength going that much higher doesn't do a lot. Not if you're down at that amount of strength. But it's not the end of the world. It's variations on a theme. It's semi-skimmed versus skimmed milk. Ultimately, you're still going to make a nice cup of tea. It's still going to be tea. What do I think about Combat Discipline and Arcane Grace? I don't think that's necessary. If you're using Combat Discipline to trigger Arcane Grace, why? Are you not being shot at? And if you're not being shot at, do you need Arcane Grace active? What are you achieving there, Salvatore? It's not like a frame which is trying to trigger other things but doesn't want me taking the hits. Lavos can take the hits. That's kind of the point of Lavos. Lavos takes the hits. That is the whole point. Cheers, bye. Ninja is pretty much the only reliable person to publish builds on Warframe. I have noticed their name pop up a few times, yeah. I have noticed their name pop up a few times. I do respect that. Will I call him a talk? Sam Olsen, sorry, you're gonna have to try that one again.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operation.
You don't like that combat discipline breaks if someone else brings it? Yeah, that is a thing, isn't it? I'm surprised that D don't make it where both triggers happen. Will I call Lavos a tank? Is that what you're asking, Samolson? Would I call Lavos, who has thousands of health and thousands of armor, a tank? I'm not sure if you're having a really curious moment or not. I don't know how to say this nicely, so I'm just not going to say it. You're not playing? Yes, that's what I'm asking. Okay, right. Fair enough. Sorry, I thought with at least the 4-month subscriber badge next to your name there, you might have somehow noticed my Lavos tends to not die. If my Lavos dies, it's because I'm screwing around in the worst of circumstances, or have specifically gone with a no-tank build, which is very rare. Yeah, Lavos definitely is a tank. And then everything else. Amazing damage enhancement, amazing status spreader, has some serious mobility tools, it doesn't need to fly, just kind of skates amazingly. Cooldowns that can give everything cooldown based the middle finger. Sorry. I hate it when someone starts a comment with "or," because it's like, am I having to scroll up to find your previous message? I ain't gonna do that. Am I testing viewer builds broken by an update? No. No, someone had remarked that the top voted build on Warframe for Lavos was terrible. I had a look at it and it was absolutely terrible. Genuinely terrible. But the next one down is absolutely fine. It's basically the same build I'd recommend you use for a lot of stuff, yeah. We need more cooldown-based or alternative energy-based warframes like Lavos and Hildren. I don't know I agree on that, to be honest. One of the core complaints people had on Lavos' release is that Warframe specifically is not a cooldown-based game. Frosty, it's for the raffle, exclamation mark raffle. Warframe's not a cooldown-based game, it's an energy-based game. It's one of the things that really makes it stand out from other ability character games of any type. And I absolutely agree with that complaint. From a thematic standpoint, I absolutely agree with it. The fact that Lavos works as a frame is final, but it is a significant departure away from Warframe's core theme. One of the concerns people were expressing at the time was a slippery slope effect of moving on to even more cooldown based stuff rather than energy based stuff to prevent spamming, etc. And so I'm fine with us not having more of that. I'm absolutely fine. We've got Lavos. I'm absolutely fine with that. In terms of cooldowns, they have been used in other places since then. For example, we have Jaya has a cooldown mechanic. We have, I think, Kome. Yeah, Kome has a cooldown mechanic. Cytonine has a cooldown mechanic. So those ones definitely exist there. In terms of zero energy options, I suppose you could technically consider Varuna, as the switching between passives is more like activating 4 different abilities, where you can only have one of them active at a time, but all of them are completely free to cast. They are. The gas cooldown too, yeah. So D have definitely used the cooldown mechanic since. but nowhere near the same they have with Lavos
You must
at all. In terms of alternative costs for casting, now that's a curious one. That is a curious one. I mean, we've seen alternative resolution, like with Kome, to get the benefit out of the Kome's blessings, you need to complete a challenge first. I'm not sure beyond that too much. I have to really think that one through. Can't remember the ability name because it's trash. Helmet abilities cooldown. Are you perhaps on about Golden Instinct that I'm using right now? Surely not. You wouldn't be calling that one trash. That'd be far too ironic. Broker's Restraint, which is kind of an alternative. It is, and it's one I don't like. In the end, stat sticks did get removed. Oh my words, let me try it again. So, in the end, stat sticks did get removed. No, I wasn't being dyslexic. You did say that weirdly. Okay. Have stat sticks been removed? Not yet. But they are on the chopping block. Look forward to the next dev stream. And I have no idea when that is. When is the next dev stream?
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations.
Is it this Friday? Oh, damn. Alright. 30. You're on about rebuild shields. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, it turns out multiple helmet abilities have a cooldown. Well, that sucks, says Mr. Cheeseballs. Okay. Why?
Here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract our target.
Why does it suck? Oh, that was a terrible turn. Ugh.
You found a
This particular node. Oh,
quickly before they escape.
where'd he go? He got away from me. Not for long, he didn't. Spent a lot on ribbons for a certain purpose. Now that purpose is gone. Going, but yes.
Success. The captive is
And to be honest, that's part of the reason it's going. Spending out absurd amounts on ribbons to get access to stats for stat stick ability. It's just kind of wild. Like, we very literally and intentionally do not have Warframe ribbons. Stat stick ribbons are functionally Warframe ribbons. It's not great. Still this way. We are close to extraction, so I'm actually going to pop this now. And just in case that didn't land it, which it didn't. Oh, blimey. This must be a very straight line extraction then. Yep, so it's down here somewhere. Quite possibly in here. Very likely hiding behind. Is it on the other side? Oh, it's almost actually in extraction. Oh, gods. You can imagine someone who didn't scan just flying through, coming into land, and just there, they see this in the corner. They try to stop the landing, but it's too late. And the mission ends. Fortunately for us, we did not come through here at the speed of light. So we did not go, haha, oh wait, shit!
complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
You just know that would have happened to someone. If not already happened. Hello, Ghoul. I'm doing well, hope you're doing well yourself. Welcome on in. Will there be a new Lavos video? Yep, it's due out in the first half of next week. I would like to get it done tomorrow, but I know myself well, and I know just how many moving parts are in this build. I am not sure that I will get it done tomorrow, but I'll be doing the best I can with it. I've also got my haircut to get tomorrow, so yeah, there's that. That'll take some time.
You are here on a capture mission. You must find, capture, and extract.
Oh,
our
area's
target.
barren. Never mind, dip out. Yes, indeed, Bite. Yes, indeed. Do static ribbons even notably different stats to normal ones? I expect something like magic ribbon to retain value because they're slam builds. So static ribbons do actually have some pretty heavy stats. They're not nothing. Yeah. Where are you at now, you gremlin? Okay then. Saw him. And from Antego, Hacker, is it still possible to one-shot Archons anymore? I've been experimenting with Zephyr and Sampities, but no matter the builds, going to get them down 20%. One-shot, technically no, unless there's some really jank host-client thing going on. My understanding is the closest you can get is a very, very rapid kill. A very, very rapid kill. But that requires some specialized setups and is nowhere near as cozy as the original one-shots. As I'll say, yes, you can one-shot them. Okay. Fair enough then. Maybe there is a one-shot out there. Zom, fill us in on the details. Zephyr can with slams and tornadoes. Alright, sorry, Antego. My moderators decided to tell you skill issue. That's what Zom has just said there. Skill issue. Sorry about that. I didn't tell Zom to say that. Zom decided to do that of Zom's own accord. It do be like that, apparently. Zom, their message was quite literally they've been experimenting with Zephyr and Sampities and couldn't get it to work, and your response was, yes, you can one-shot them, Zephyr with slams. I mean, how is that not basically skill issue the answer? There's only so many ways to interpret that one without the details as to the how. That thing you're doing, it works. You just failed. Oops. Oh dear. Small placement of tornadoes. Imagine not enough for in range of the boss for the extra hit instance. Maybe. Maybe. As I was saying, just need Zephyr. Augment helps since you're hitting like 7 times at once effectively. Okay. Zom is claiming a one-shot is possible without even using the augment, because the augment merely helps. Interesting. Let's try not get stuck on all the terrain this time. Or mantle it randomly. I don't think people are going to be using that many Omniformers. Firewall, no. I don't think it's going to be such a utilized feature. Alright, I've cast it in an awkward spot, but there we go. Has gone forward, so I'm just going to take this down here. Recast again here. And it did go backwards, so I'm going to pop that now. Send that through there to get some cooldowns. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. Did it point through here? Oh, it did actually point through here. Oh no. Okay then. Got it. Don't need to do the challenge room. I can get out the door nice and quick, and we'll just be on our way. For me personally, Omniformers will come in handy in a couple places, but certainly no more than a couple. They're going to be most useful on frames which I put Umbral Formers onto. Because if I put on an Umbral Former, it does make modding the rest of the setup, certainly if I un-Umbral it, a lot more difficult. So that's where Omniformers could come in handy for the non-Umbral slots. I am disappointed that it's not Umbral Formers which are being the Omniformers. The fact that there is that hard locking of slots, yeah, it's a good way of putting it, Anarchist. a hard lock on the slot. I am slightly disappointed on that. I didn't realize that umbral polarities had to be so closely guarded after all this time that an omniformer had to be treated as non-umbral. Or to make it where they can't be added together. That's the one I wanted in the first place, was the ability to just add polarities rather than replace. That would have been fine for me. An omniformer, at least you only need to level your frame once, rather than however many times the additional formers would take, but yeah. That would have been my go-to answer, is adding polarities, but it's not what we're getting apparently. Alright, let's pop through again. So V plus equals, or yeah, V plus scratch. Yeah, that would have been nice. Because if you wanted to have more flexibility than that, you would still need to apply yet more former. But the ability to say, hey, this weird dash polarity I've been given here, well, I could still use it other times, but I'm going to add a V polarity to it as well. So now it's a dash and a V. Rather than, alright, let me spend so much more and turn it into an Omni slot. That's not actually an Omni slot. I am mildly, just mildly miffed that the Omniformer isn't Omni because Umbral. It's like a universal medallion not applying to every syndicate. I mean, who would make that? That'd be silly. Wait, huh? You see it less about guarding on reform and more about selling former bundles at 4:1 ratio? Maybe. But again, they could have sold plenty of those if they said, hey, these are actually Umbrals now.
You are here on a capture mission.
It's fine. It's not, but it's fine. I guess coding permutations of that system would be a lot more complex. Okay. The coding permutations for that system will be a lot more complex. First of all, coding permutations. Elisaria, are you a programmer? Just out of curiosity, do you do game or program development of any kind on that level? Just so I understand what I'm talking to here. Not even slightly, okay. I am also not a programmer, but I have dabbled. I have made a video game for my dad's for Father's Day gift. And one of the things I can tell you is that if they have any difficulty on a technical level of applying multiple polarities to a slot, they have got some serious spaghetti under the hood. Serious spaghetti, if that would be the case. I don't know how exactly they would be storing the polarity of a slot. But if their code is stuck to a single polarity, if they've only got room in the variable for one, and they've got no way to refactor that, ooh. I mean, I can see the oversight in the original design leading to that, but ooh, that does not sound good.
You found a target. Capture them.
And then again, if that is indeed the case, making Omniformer not Umbral Polarity is a bit of a kick in the teeth as a result.
Mission complete. The captain has been escorted to the extraction point.
Alright,
Well
towards
done.
extraction. Let's go this way. Want to do another scan as soon as I can. Got a nice cluster up ahead, so I'll try and hang back so I don't kill them. There we go. Do a scan here. It is still forwards. That is good. Continue towards extraction. And do another scan in a moment. There we go. Ready to scan. Do the scan. Oh, it's backwards now. That's good. Let's go to here, about here, and do this.
Prepare for incoming support.
Whew. I was so close to missing that one. That would have been annoying, but we've got the easy answer. And it's up here. How the... Come on. Don't... I can land on that. Whatever. There we are. Iron sculpture acquired. Nothing else is in the mission. Let's get out of here. I got stuck. I'll jump over that lot. Slam our way in. Not ready to dash yet. There we go. Dash again. And I might get a triple dash off of that. Yeah! Triple dash! Oh!
Focused. There's a heavy unit
Good old triple dash. I love it when one of those comes out perfectly. Kirby saying this game's very old, don't doubt it has some degree of technical debt. Should it cannot be bad, the polarities can't be adjusted to work in that way. It's very possible it could be limited in that way. I would need a serious refactoring of it. It could be limited in that way. So, for those of you who don't have any programming experience whatsoever, I'm going to use what limited knowledge I have to indicate a potential way the issue could exist and why that could be a problem. For those of you who are programmers, if I make a serious mistake in this, let me know. If I make a minor mistake, like I just refer to a variable with a slightly different word to the one you would use in your workplace, don't quibble the details. We're just trying to help the layman understand where Warframe could, not is, just could be struggling in terms of the whole polarity thing. So in terms of programming, well, the biggest things you care about is a simple thing called a variable, which is just a fancy way of saying a thing. It's where you store a thing. So a variable can be a word, or a variable can be a number, or a variable can be any series of things. You have lots of variables combined together. You can make arrays, whatever's. So you could have a variable that is polarity. So we could have slot 1 polarity variable equals whatever. And you can have that for slots 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, 7 and 8. And so on. Oops. Now, if this is the way that polarities are stored in Warframe, if they do just ask each individual slot, what is your polarity? It just reports back, my polarity is this. The difficulty then comes is if lots of different parts of the code talk about those polarities in convoluted ways, if there's no simple single implementation. So you've got mod asks the polarity. You've got the visuals ask the polarity. You could have it where, yeah, the former count definitely doesn't, because former count is just on number of formers used. I'm trying to think how this could come together, how there could be issues. I'm not too sure, to be honest, but the point is there's different things that ask about those polarities. Now, at the moment, when you put a mod in, and slot 2 actually has a V polarity, well, mod goes, okay, I'm a V polarity, you're a V polarity, hooray, it's cheaper. Oh, I'm a dash polarity mod, you're a V polarity slot, it's not cheaper, it's more expensive. It's just got the one polarity to think about, as it were. It fits its variable nicely. Now, if I were to try and change this to an array of variables, so that it could be like so, when the bit of the code that does the ask if the polarity kicks in, it wouldn't be able to just say, hey, what polarity are you? It would go, hey, walk me through all the polarities you have and let me know which, and I'll decide somewhere in the code once we found the polarity I want to talk about. And that's where it gets a little bit more convoluted. You no longer can assume that there's always going to be either one polarity or no polarity, and no polarity itself is technically a polarity. it would need to walk through all of those potential options. So one way of coding that might be to ask, how many polarities have you got, slot? And then iterate through them. And whilst going through, like, don't like that one, don't like that one. Oh, I do like this one. And keeping track of it. Or it could just go through until either it finds a mandatory polarity or no polarities, but then there's still the work of, is it no polarity or is it a bad polarity? And still counting those potential edge cases. So I can see from that angle where there could be the technical debt of an implementation of a one polarity system to a multi-polarity system, and this is all conjecture, but that's how it could be an issue. Whereas Omniformer is just, this is now an O. So when it does the simple question of, hey, what polarity are you? I'm every polarity. And it goes, oh, cool, great, I'm every polarity. And everything's fine. So it could be something like that. Can we say, yeah, no, it also works on Omni, which shows there is some framework, even if it's just fixed case, but depending on how good it is, maybe some niche thing that hates a change like this. Yeah. If, in the case of an Omniformer, it could be that they've made it where whenever a mod asks about polarity, there is a simple if case thrown in of if pol equals O, reply match. Otherwise, do the things. It could be something like that. Are the devs having problems coding the Omniformer? No. They know how to code an Omniformer. This is questioning why is it Omniformer rather than adding formers. That's what this is. And this is the only technical reason I can think of. This is the only technical reason that could occur to me as to why they're not going for the adding of formers. And then there is also the potential business implementation of Omniformers are going to be more expensive than an extra former. So it can swing in various ways there. But that's the technical potential. Without knowing Warframe code, this is where I'd guess there could be a thing. And yes, they didn't include Umbral Former, so they are definitely taking more steps with the whole, if polarity is this, blah blah. That blah blah has extra steps involved to go, oh, but if we're dealing with an Umbral mod, then let's not be so friendly about it. But that's not hard to code. It's not hard to add in a couple edge cases. It is harder to make sure you put them in all of the places on older code like this, but sure. As noted here, I can't think of too many places that would need to ask about the polarity. Can't think of too much. But yeah. It's all a thing. Could be saying, believe that it's purely a design matter. Yeah, no way to know. You can have your belief. I'm going to go with we don't know. I strongly feel that people should overall default towards I don't know rather than a belief matter. Yeah, Augments have a polarity too, yeah. Area Baron. But it's all fine. Now, there's something I've not mentioned about the raffle today. I was going to mention it partway through the stream, but Mirror Lab happened, and we don't need to do that. You see, because we've had a nice, lovely showing of support with the absolutely colossal hype train at the start of stream, entirely Mirror Lab's doing, we're going to do a double giveaway on the raffle today. Oh yes indeed, we're going to do a double giveaway. And that's not because of rerolls. Oh, Errors Baron. Why am I running the mission? I'm talking again. What did Mirror Lab do? Mirror Lab put themselves at the top of the leaderboard for gifted subs this month again. By gifting 25 at once. Which is an absolutely legendary thing to do. So, yeah, we'll do a double giveaway today in respect to that. 2 platinum prizes at the end of the stream. So make sure you have grabbed your tickets for that. Double chances today. Area Baron, dip out. Alice saying there are ways to combine statements. Like, yeah. There are ways to combine it. There are ways to more sensibly code around it as well. Absolutely. The light did just go off for a moment, didn't it? I'm not being silly. The light did just go off for a moment. Okay. Anyway, Joe, thank you very much for subscribing once again up onto that lovely 2 months with a bronze badge next to your name. Cheers for that. Did I go to the Eidolons? Good question. Day 11 minutes. That's even worse than last time. Fuck it, we'll do it anyway. Let's screw up. I'm not going to have enough time to do a triathlon. Not with my approach to triathloning. But I'm going to do it anyway. Let's go. Switch setup. Main setup. There we are. Plains of Eidolon. This is a terrible idea. Let's do it anyway. Secret menu. Sure. Like, there's no way I can pull this off in 10 minutes. No way. Okay, Eidolon there.
Sentient energy spike in your area. I advise you to be careful.
There's hacked.
Next, you will
Let's get it
have to take
charged.
control of it. Those devices draw energy from bomb ballists. Make use of them.
I never learned how to fast charge. Vomses, where are you? These are possibly cats. Yeah, these are cats. Don't want the cats. Bombs? Yep. You. Where's your friend? There's your friend. There we go. Good. There's another pair of things over here. Probably more bombs. Yep. Grab you. Got it. Alright. Grab another of you. Thank you, thank you. And then I think the other one I can grab closest is over here. Where is it? There it is. Excuse me whilst I reload. Cool. Where's it walked off to? Oh, there it is. Hi, ugly. Oh, shit, I'm not on the right focus school. Bollocks. Oh, it's going to take so long. Oh, I'm not on the right focus school. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that at all. Shit. Well, I'm definitely not doing a triathlon then. There is no way I'll be able to get that done.
Energy spike. I advise falling back. That device is insufficient. You are directed to secure and deploy additional...
Come on, enemies. Where are you at? There we go.
I advise falling back.
Yeah, this is definitely better when I bring a more appropriate setup, but whatever. We just started. Yeah, there's not enough time in the night though, Achilles. 8 minutes left. So there's just no point dipping out and coming back anyway. Thought I could get that before the stomp, but it's fine.
Energy spike. I advise falling back.
Yoink. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, I'm on, beastie. Nope, that's a damage time switch I didn't want to do. There we go, just about got that down. Come on, show me the thing. Get your fucking leg out of the way. There we are. Use Latum? Yeah, that's fine as well. This would be faster if I had brought the right build, but I didn't, so it's not. Can you valence amps? The valence formation? No. Can we have some more Voms, plus? Voms would be great. Hello. Come on over. That'd be very nice. There they are.
Sentient energy contained. You
Very
are
good.
closing on victory. Act now.
Whoop. Can't kick me out of range. Grab this one. Yoink. Alright, I think I should be able to handle the next stage as well. But that might be the limit of it. Damn it, that flew the wrong way. Now, do I still need to grab another? Yeah. Alright, that's a shame. I was hoping that one had spawned there and I could use that, but I don't, so it's fine. You should make endless Eidolon mode. It would be nice if Eidolons were no longer restricted to 50 out of every 150 minutes. Simply that. What the hell staggered me? That is my singular issue with the Eidolon hunt at this point. Okay, I say singular. I do have the issue with the telegraphing of what you're supposed to do is absolutely nil for new players. There we go. Sorry guys, this is mine now. Goodbye. I'm only going to grab the one because I don't intend to take this to the third fight. I simply won't get that done. What am I hitting? That was barely hitting him. Ow. Gah. Wrong focus school sucks. There's the energy beams. Come on, away from that. Ugh. This is just pitiful. What amp am I using? This is a 777. Oh really? I'm short of just that last hit point? Really? There we go.
Energy's back. I advise falling back. That device is insufficient. You are directed to secure
Full charge on the Vonvalist, because that's a thing you can do. Just FYI. Take down as much of the shield as I can. Why does it feel like that amp's not hitting properly? I don't know enough about amps to know why that's not hitting properly. Oh god, get out the beam, get out the beam, get out the beam, get out the beam, get out the beam! No, whatever it is you're doing, don't. You're just taking advantage of the fact that I don't have the right amp to take you down quickly. I don't like that. Nope, nope, nope.
Energy's back.
There we are.
I advise falling back.
Yeah. Big regretty, but it's fine. It happens. No! No, it stomped on one! Ah, that's bad. That's bad. Okay. Well, I need to go get another one, so gonna have to come back to that. There's the one here. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Have we got my lures? Yep. Stop. just jutting around.
Advise falling back.
There we are. How much time we got here? 2 minutes. Ugh. Why is my light blinking? Broski, why? The alert needs filling? Yeah, I do that when it's downed. But before the kill. Well, capture.
Energy's back. I advise falling back.
Another step to go. How you guys doing for hit points? Not great. What am I using? Is this Odinata? No, it's Elytron. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why the hell am I on Elytron? Come on. Stop staggering, you operator. Where can I hit it? Backside. That side. Oh, it's gaining shields again. God damn it. How did it gain that much shield so quickly? Holy hell. That was a lot of shields it gained there. Oh. I really regret bringing the wrong focus call. That's the only thing. The only thing that's wrong about this. I mean, not having the damage boost on Lavos is a bad idea too, but the focus call is the killer. With the right focus call, this will be a doddle. How am I doing so many zeros to you? Oh, it's my companion. Where's your shoulder? There's your shoulder.
Energy's back. I advise.
Oh god, that's not the last one? Yikes. And that lure is nearly dead. How is the lure nearly dead? No! No!
Sentient retreats. Strike now, for in moments the future
This is pathetic. Why you shield no take damage? Wait, it was already in the water at that point? Oh, fuck off, that counts. Well, this was just pathetic. This is just pathetic. Alright. That might be the worst I've done in a while. Jesus, I've usually had at least a few seconds before it walks down, but no, it's just like, nope, I'm already here. That was pathetic. Alright. I regret everything about that. And pretty much all of that comes down to just bringing the wrong focus call. Because one focus call is just absurdly overpowered for that fight. Sorry, Ten, I have no idea. No Vastlock armor strip? Unnecessary. If I had the right setup, it would have been completely unnecessary. But, yeah. That in particular killed it. If I was sensible, I would have taken the weapon max build as well for the 300% raw. Trust me, that makes a hell of a difference. I'd have had Arcane Avenger for the extra crits as well, Arcane Acceleration. But the big thing was that. When it comes to facing the Eidolon, Aniru, it does some work. Vazarin is pointless, Zenerik is pointless, Naramon is pointless, Madurai is just absolute king. It just is. Nothing competes. But hey, I guess that's silliness. And because of arbitrary day-night limitations, despite being on that mission, it's only like, 10 minutes? Yeah, being on the mission for 10 minutes, it's a failure, outright. But someone else can spend 50 minutes on the mission. Yeah. Vazarin can save lures? Fair point, Vazarin can save lures. However, if you're using Madura, you don't need to save the lures, because you'll just kill the thing quick enough that it's not a concern. That's the trade-off. It's like, sure, you can fix a problem, or you can just never have the problem. That's why it's overpowered. Or just the most powerful. Bloody day-night cycle. It's 2025. We still have 33% uptime on Eidolons. Less than 33%, technically. Because if you take any 50-minute slot, the chance of you landing it on that is not that great. If you're available too early, tough, you can't start yet. If you're available too late, well, you get short in time. No wonder Eidolon sub-community got so toxic? Yeah. That's what it comes down to, because if you've got a 50-minute night, one, if anyone turns up not quite ready when night is set to go, they're wasting time. Anyone with slow loading times, it's wasting time. Anyone who does any slight mistake here or there that slows it down, it's wasting another fight. If you've got a 50-minute slot and you can do an Eidolon in 10 minutes, well, you could just about squeeze out 5. Anyone wastes a single minute, now you can only squeeze out 4. It's as tight as that. Tello, no content creator can help you in any way whatsoever about having any kind of suspension or flag against your account. You have to take it up with Warframe support. We can't help you. Again, that's not the answer you want to hear, but it's the only answer I can give you. We cannot help with Warframe support. We are not Warframe support. And have no connection to it. Excuse me. Alright. Ugh. Why did I need a double cup like that? Ugh. Anyway. I think it's about time we do a platinum giveaway. Exclamation mark ticket if you haven't had a chance yet to grab that there. I'll give you guys and gals one last wonderful moment on that. Alto, no idea, because I'll be honest with you, I've not needed to contact support enough to know their working hours. Check their website, see what information they have there. Alright, Alto, don't get defensive. The point remains the same. Did you get a ticket? Yes, you did, because it's trying to tell you have too many. We're fine. Make Triathlon bound to be able to start anytime when you enter planes with active. It'll be night. Yeah, that would be fine with me, honestly. That would be fine with me. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. D have the precedence now twice over in Cetus alone to allow you to engage with the Eidolons at any time. Twice over they have the precedence to allow that. Firstly, the most recent one is we have Sire's Visions with Kome. We managed to do an entire Kome fight that happens hypothetically. It doesn't even happen in the future, it happens in a possible future. And we get tangible rewards from it. But the older one that makes even more sense to fight the Eidolons whenever, is whenever you speak to Onko. Quill Onko refers to time, past, present, and future as if it's all just one element. Referring to how he remembers the conversations we will have. Onko connects with time in an entirely different way. He can see through eternalism, or whatever you want to call it. And so through him alone, we have every justification for him to say, yes, you have arrived precisely when you already did. It is time for you to conclude the fight that is yet to begin, or some bullshit like that, and then off you go. It's nighttime. Quill Onko is the very access to that timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly BS. There you are. Ickley says, is the Sire's Vision a prologue to Plaguestar? Basically describes Plaguestar as something that will happen. Fate Dream from Kome. So the Fate Dream from Kome is about the Oni, not specifically Plaguestar, is my understanding. Plaguestar already happens, whereas Sire's Vision and Kome is the destruction of Cetus from the attack from the sea. My understanding is it is a separate thing. The point is that from a gameplay standpoint, from a lore standpoint, from every standpoint, they could give us it. And the reason Eidolons can be toxic because of the time limit? I mean, people can be toxic about farming in general, but yeah, the time limit on Eidolons for such valuable rewards as they were back in the day, and still is the only source of unlimited focus in a day. Absolutely, yeah. Taking away the time limit on that would do a lot for that community in terms of reducing the negativity. It would impact some people going, oh, but my 5x3s, my 6x3s, my 20x3s, because I'm so magical I can do 20 Tridolons in a single night. I'm sure someone's claiming it and everyone's laughing at them for trying. But the point is that those metrics are only valuable bragging points to say, look, I could do it within this period of time. Like, good job. People can just talk about Eidolons per hour or just Eidolon speedrun time. It's equally valid. Yeah. Have I tried Soulframe yet? No, I don't know that I will be trying Soulframe anytime soon. I am utterly uninterested in the state of the game industry of trying to get people on board with playing things that are not even close to finished. I've got far too little time in my life to be spending it on games which are in alpha state. I'd much rather just games be finished and then I could see what the game is and decide for myself if I want to play it or not. Straight up. And from what I've seen of Soulframe so far, there is a good chance I will not be one of those wanting to play it. So for those two reasons combined, it is nowhere near finished or remotely close to what someone can consider a ready-to-ship game, and it doesn't even look like it'll end up being the kind of game I want to play. It'll be a waste of my time. You sometimes manage a whole Tridolon in a night? I mean, it's certainly very doable if you're not using Naramon. All fucking things. Yeah. Tridolon TTK would be a bragging right? It would be, yeah. And anyone getting toxic over, you're doing it wrong? Pfft. People would get toxic anywhere at that point. You're happy they gave Steve something to do instead of projecting on Warframe? And on that note, let's move on to something positive. Let's do a giveaway, shall we? It's about time. Everyone's grabbed a ticket who wanted a ticket. If you didn't want a ticket, that's fine. And if you wanted a ticket but you've not claimed one, well, tough tits, you've had over 3 hours to do so. So, it's about time we have a look as to who's going to be the winner. Oh yes. Phoenix Shade managing to just about get one more ticket out of it there. Let's see. I did promise today is a double draw. We've got 107 people in the draw today. The winners, plural. We have got Timeg37. That's TIMEG 37. Timeg 37, congratulations. You are winner number 1. And winner 2 is Craven DK. Or Craven DK. I imagine it's Craven DK. Timeg 37 and Craven DK, congratulations. You are both the winners today. Both of you will be able to receive that 75 platinum. I'll be sending you a message shortly after the end of the stream here on Twitch to get hold of your Warframe username, platform, and cross-save status, whether you have it turned on or not. You'll know if you have it turned on or not. You physically have to take time out of your day to turn it on, so you'll know. Those two are the winners. I'll be contacting you shortly after this stream to get hold of that. If your Twitch DMs are not open, then obviously I can't contact you, and you must have made sure to pay attention to the end of stream then. Something like that. Any good way to get credit in Warframe? Yes, go credit farm. I recommend check out my credit farm guide. It's a little bit old, but it's still a little bit true. Something like that. But yeah, Index, Profit Taker. Index is more casual. Profit Taker is more for people who know what they're doing. Otherwise, there are a few other farms. I think in the whole Vania, open up the cache has been a new option added, but I'm not going to review the credit farm video anytime soon. I don't want to do that. Can someone link exclamation mark credits? Exclamation mark credits. That should work. I'm going to give you a moment. See if you can make it work. Ozzy, how did you mess that up? Ozzy. You had one job, Ozzy. Credits. You have dyslexia? Fair enough. And there was me thinking it was just a commentary on my accent. Credits. Anyway, I think it's about time that we raid on out of here to someone else in the Warframe community. Let's see, who can we raid today? It's the immortal question. It's the question every single time. But let's see, who can we raid on over to today, I wonder. Definitely not some football channel. Why is that on the front? I never watch football. Eeny, meeny, money, mo. Oh, Twitch decided doing this thing where it previews channels. Okay. Well, sort differently, please, because it changed my sorting settings. We've got me, Gaz, VTuber, NoTuber, Barney Jack, VTuber. Oh, yep, no, that's a cam there. I was wondering what I was looking at, but there's 2 cams. Yep, fair enough. I don't know. That's a lot of VTubes again. I know I say it almost every time, but good God. Good God, there are a lot of them in Warframe. Lavos Prime giveaway? Holy... Okay, wait, hold up. I think we found where we're going, guys. I think we found where we're going. When will I become a VTuber? What makes you think it's a when? In fact, it looks like there's only 20 minutes left on the chance to get in on this giveaway. Well, we definitely have to try and raid on into this. Here we go. Raid has been created. We're heading on over to Barney Jack. I have no idea what exactly they're up to at the moment, but I do see a giveaway timer for, of course, Lavos Prime, and that just has to happen, doesn't it? If I can give you all more chances at that, that's just for the best. But anyway, that's all from me today. I'll be live again on Wednesday after the Lavos Prime video goes out. In the meantime, you have yourselves a wonderful start to your week, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.